This beat was sent in by Austin from AMG Studios. Shout out to Austin. And if you want to send in beats, you could send them in to hellamoded@gmail.com, or you could go to our website, hellamoded.com, click the link, and you can send it right there. Also on Hellamoded, we got the link for our iTunes and our SoundCloud, and you can see our personal Instagram and Twitter page and follow us. So you can check all that stuff out. Shout out to everybody who's been rating and reviewing and subscribing to the podcast. We really appreciate it. Shout out to everybody who's been commenting on SoundCloud. And yeah, it really helps out our show. It helps us get out there. And we appreciate all the love. So thank you for that. And we're just going to keep on making this and keep on getting cool guests and just trying to make a better drive for your home. I don't know. This episode of the podcast is brought to you by Free Bread. Go to freebreadintl.com and we got hella cool videos. We got music. We got something called the 5-piece where we give you a playlist of the hottest new songs that come out through the week. Yeah, it's lit. And also we got a new sponsor. This episode of the podcast is also brought to you by The Gray. That sounded weird. God damn, I'm off today. This episode is also brought to you by The Gray. So The Gray, if you don't live in an area where there's like cool thrift stores, or even if you do, the selections might not be tight. Well, what's cool about The Gray is everything's picked out for you. It's sorted by style and color, and the lookbooks make it especially easy for you to figure out like how you want to wear it, how you want to style it. Yeah, so go to thegray.us. That's The Gray with an A, not an E. And you can check out all the shit there. It's fucking tight. Our guest today is Cruz. He's a dancer and choreographer from the Bay Area. You may know him from The Company or Kinjaz. They danced in the latest season of America's Best Dance Crew. And yeah, we talk about how the behind the scenes of America's Best Dance Crew. We talk about just like thoughts about dancing and how the trends are going and everything like that, and just about life. It was a really fun conversation, and I enjoyed it. I know Bong enjoyed it, and I hope we do it again. So without further ado, Cruz.
Good morning, sunshine.
Oh, shit. Molded.
I just got molded.
You got molded.
Molded. Let me see molded face. Molded.
How does it feel to get molded, bitch? Molded.
Oh, you are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
You're stupid.
When you get molded, you'll say anything to change the subject.
Molded.
What's up, everybody? We are back, episode 9, with a very, very special guest, Cruz. What's up, bro?
Chillin', man. How you guys doing?
We're doing good. What's up, Bong?
How's it going?
Yeah.
It's Bong.
It's hella hot today.
Yeah.
It is hella hot.
It's crazy hot today.
Yesterday was even hotter though,
I've been like feeling under the weather, so I can't really judge how hot everything feels right now. But I'm sweating.
But I was just sweating standing up yesterday. Not even doing anything. Not even doing shit.
I'm gonna check the weather right now. What does it say?
Indian summers, man.
Yeah, dude. That's how it is.
Late.
That's how it is in the Bay. South City right now, 72 degrees. That's pretty damn hot for here.
It is. But it's funny that we think that's hot.
Yeah.
Too,
I know you have a whole other opinion because you be around the hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it is though. I agree, man. You're just so used to like seeing the fog and everything, and you know what I mean. As soon as the sun comes out,
something about our air feels hella light too. You know what I mean?
You know what? That's what people say too. Like if you have family coming over here from like the Philippines or something like that,
it's like hella easy to breathe.
It is.
Yeah.
I guess that's due to the fog, and that's probably why people come through here all the time.
I would say like our air's like Sprite. You know what I mean? Like hella crisp and shit. Crispy Sprite air.
How would you describe it right now?
Oh man, like you left some Sprite in your car, like in the cup holder, and you came back to it maybe 45 minutes later.
You know what's the worst? When like you feel a breeze, but it's like a hot breeze.
Yep.
I
agree.
So it's not even as refreshing.
It's not.
That's the worst feeling in the world.
It's not.
What's up, man? How you been?
I've been good, man. Chilling.
What's new?
What is new? It's funny because I feel like when I'm usually asked this question, I'm trying to like get out of conversations quick. So I'm like, it's like the same old shit.
Yeah.
But now that I'm like,
now you're stuck here for
I'm
stuck
like,
here for
I'm
a
like,
minute in
damn,
front of a
there is
microphone.
a bunch of new stuff. I just moved back to the Bay. I was living in North Hollywood for or the LA area, Silver Lake, then North Hollywood for the past 4 years. So I just moved back to the Bay. I just got engaged. I proposed to my girl last week.
Nice, congratulations.
Now, thank you, man. And yeah, just a bunch of cool shit happening dance-wise. Companies progressing, teaching full-time at my mom's studio, Westlake School for the Performing Arts, and I'm still doing a bunch of stuff with Kinjaz. So it's all just good shit. Yeah, super excited. For
people who don't know, I wanted to get into that too.
Right.
So like about how you started. You say your mom, she's the owner of...
Yeah. She directs our studio, artistic directs. She started it up when I was 6 years old. Professional for Ballet Philippines, I think at the age of like 13, something like that. And
so it's a family business.
It's a family business, man. Yeah, she moved over here, was just unhappy with like desk work. You know what I mean? That's not really her passion. So she opened up the school, and I've just been in it ever since. Yeah,
that's super dope.
Thanks, man.
See, that's pretty crazy to me. Especially, I think it's probably crazy to a lot of people because I feel like most parents aren't in that creative art, especially like for young kids who want to be creative. But you had a mom who was already,
in a sense.
man,
doing that. So you're damn near like the second generation of that.
Yeah. She's super supportive, man. Like, well, I mean, there's like a good and a bad side to everything, right? Like just duality, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the good thing is like I'm able to pursue a passion that maybe most parents wouldn't want their child to pursue. You know what I mean? Like dancing.
Totally
it's like, how's that going to pay bills? You know what I mean? Like straight up. But like I would say not a complete negative, but I grew up kind of weird in the sense that like I was just always at the studio. You know what I mean? Like funny story, the company was over at this like pre-season retreat. We did this little retreat before our season started, right after auditions, just kind of get us on our feet, get everyone to know each other. And we were watching Pokemon, and I was like asking questions. I was like, who's that person and what's this? And they were like, you never seen Pokemon? I was like, nah, man, I never watched this. When was it on? And they're like, oh, it was on Saturday mornings. And I was like, oh, well, I was at the school from like 10 to 5. You know what I mean? Like every Saturday. So in that sense, like I grew up living at the studio, so I didn't get to experience certain things kids got to experience. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But in a positive light, because I chose to pursue that, she was super supportive the whole way and was like, yeah, you should move to LA or you should focus on dance, like do these things. You know what I mean? So.
And if it wasn't for sacrifices like that, it'd be hard to say if you'd be where you are right now, right?
Oh, for sure. 100%. Yeah, 100%.
Definitely. That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
So
Been
dance.
putting in work since he was little.
Yeah, shout out to moms, too.
Yeah,
if you don't hear this,
Shout out
moms.
to mom.
Shout out to mom. Shout out to all the moms, too.
Shit.
Yeah.
So dance-wise, what did you start with? Like, I think I was reading and you started like ballet, tap dance.
I started tapping ballet when I was 6. And we offer a whole bunch of stuff over there. So I literally was in everything eventually. You know what I'm saying? And I did everything from like tap jazz, ballet, modern, contemporary. I did like Russian folk for a bunch of years. I did
What's
like
Russian
musical
folk?
theater. It's like imagine like the dudes in Nutcracker where like they're kicking their legs out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Like, it's that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
That looks tiring.
It is, man. I think that's why my legs are so big, to be honest with you, because I always get people like, yo, how are your calves so big? And I think it's because of Russian dancing. Like,
Really?
Yeah.
Or just even
For
dancing
sure.
in general. You
Yeah,
seem to do everything,
Probably.
you know what I mean? So
Yeah. I mean, not anymore, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. Like, I didn't like dancing. It was like something your parents made you do. You know what I mean? Like, I guess it could relate to like if your parents threw you in like Kumon or like I don't know whatever like
Or, like made you do piano lessons and
extracurricular.
shit.
Yeah.
You ever
know what I
notice
mean?
that Kumon sign? It's like a sad face.
Yeah, why
Like,
is it
I always
kinda
look at
sad?
that and then I feel like
It reflects upon the children.
when I read the Kumon sign, I read it like Kumon. Like it sounds
like, come on, get me out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Type of
Foreshadowing.
it straight up looks like a place where your kids will be miserable.
Yeah.
But I remember my brother went to Kumon and I would just like wait in the waiting area and he's like getting hella smart at math and I'm just like waiting.
That was smart.
Dude, Kumon was tough, man. Did you guys do Kumon?
Nah, I
did Kumon for a
didn't.
I
little
never
bit.
did Kumon.
It was
That's crazy.
tough.
You did Kumon when? Like how old were you?
I don't even know. Like maybe like 11, like 10, 11.
Around middle school.
Yeah, but it's like it at our studio, like there's a like the place where we're at the Dolger Rec Center in San Bruno. I mean not San Bruno, Daly City. and there's like extra rooms, and there was Kumon in those extra rooms, which is why I think that was the only reason I did it, is because it was like, yo, Kumon's just like across the way, you should go do that. So,
damn, you're there like for
it's there a lot, bro. A lot, like damn near every day.
You know, like the ins and outs of the whole place. It's like,
yeah,
Like the whole layout.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
yeah, man.
To like be in one place for so long that you like, oh, I know where this spot on the wall came from.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
For real, yeah.
In a
It's
sense,
crazy.
that could be even home, even before your own home, in a sense.
Oh,
right?
most definitely.
You spend
That's
more
for
time
sure
there for
home.
sure.
Yeah, there's definitely an attachment, psychological and emotional. I guess physical too. You're just attached to this place because you grew up there. You know what I mean? And
You have like a good memory, a bad memory, like every type of memory there.
for sure,
That's
sure,
super dope.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah,
cool,
I
man.
remember for my senior project, I took up dancing because I wanted to get out of my comfort
That's
level,
right.
and that's where
That's
I met
right.
you for the
Yep.
first time.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like, I remember I danced like for you, and I was like super embarrassed because I'm not a dancer or anything like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But I was like, God damn, fucking Pat Cruz is looking at me around. But you do this thing where you use your peripheral vision, I guess, and you're kind of like looking at the center of the floor. So I'm like, is he paying attention? I hope he's not.
yeah.
Hopefully out of focus a little bit.
Yeah, I probably like kind of maybe sense that it was like, I don't know, you don't never want to put that kind of pressure on someone, right? 'Cause, like dance is such like a, I don't know, it's like it's an expression of yourself, right? And to make someone feel weird about doing that, like that's, I don't know, that's negative to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, you
yeah.
want to like foster like a positive environment at least, you know what I mean? Or a place where people can be themselves. And I feel like, especially if you're new and you're nervous, it's like you don't want to move, but like you should be moving. You know what I mean? Like, so.
Yeah, now it's better. Now I don't give a fuck.
Hell yeah.
I don't
what's
care
up.
how I look. I'll just move.
Hell yeah.
I wanted to get into the Kinjaz too.
Where?
So how did you like link up with that? Were you in it from the beginning?
No.
Okay.
They've been around since 2010. And actually, the way I hopped on that was one of the founders, the two founders are Mike Song and Anthony Lee. And me and Anthony like had never, well, like we had one interaction where we kind of danced in this project together, but it was super quick. Maybe exchanged a couple words, like just met each other, whatnot. And I was still in the Bay at the time, so we were just kind of linked up through social media. Like he would post some shit and I would like it, or I would say it was tight, and vice versa, whether it be like on YouTube or Instagram or whatnot. And when I moved to the Bay, he like heard that I moved. I'm not moved to the Bay. When I moved to LA, he heard that I moved, and he was like, "Yo, I want you to come do this video with me," basically. And we hadn't like actually danced together, like each other's stuff. So I was like kind of tripping off of it. I was like, man, I've never even taken your class. Like you got a lot of faith in me right now. You know what I mean? And I was super appreciative of it. But anyway, just to fast forward, that started, and we just started kicking it more. And we realized that we're just like-minded individuals. You know what I mean? Pursuing the same things. And he's good ass people. Everyone on Kinjaz is good ass people, man. Like that whole, we say brotherhood at all costs. And it's easy to say that, right? Like the word family or brotherhood is thrown out a lot. But I'm really super 100% down for all those dudes. Like they're all great fucking people, and like that's how you get on. It's not about your skill. It's not about like your social status or anything like that. It's like, are you good people? You know what I mean? So anyway, we were just kicking it, and he was like, "Yo, man, you should get on." And like, we got this thing, Kinjaz. I think you should do it. And I didn't really know exactly what it was about, so I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't really watch like anime and Naruto like the rest of y'all, you know what I mean? And he was like, nah, man, it's not all about that, you know what I mean? He explained it to me. And yeah, it was just cool. Like at the time, I wasn't really running with anyone out there, so I was like, this seems like a good fit. So I did it, and I guess the rest is history, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's tight. I remember I was super rooting for you guys on ABDC.
Thanks,
For
man.
sure.
I appreciate that. For
Definitely.
real.
And
We-
like-
we took an L, but it's all good.
And you guys have won other awards with other groups that you've danced with, correct?
Yeah. Like company is always, that's like my first and foremost, to be honest with you. Like I started that in 2005 with Sean Evaristo out of my
Shout out
mom's
to
school.
Sean.
Yeah, shout out to Sean. He's the man, like mentor, fucking. He's an amazing person. He's done so much for our community and myself as an individual. You know what I mean? So we've done some stuff. We compete all up and down like California in our circuit, and just trying to make waves.
And you were in Gen 2 as well, correct?
Yep, old school Gen 2 stuff. Yeah,
Bring it all
dancing
the way
in
back.
the garage. Yeah, man, it's crazy.
That's where the passion was, right?
For sure. It was less what's the right word? It was less structured. It was like we just wanted to have fun. You know what I mean? I think that's where it all started. Like the hunger and drive for dancing was like, you got to have fun first, you know. So
how did you like progress into hip hop specifically?
That's a funny story too, man. I was doing like what was called hip hop at the school at the time, and
but it wasn't.
It wasn't. It was like pump up the jam, pump. It was like that kind of stuff, right?
Hip-hop.
And our teacher, like, no hate to her. Her name was Naja Franklin. She was the shit. But she was just she was like a Gold Rush girl. You know what I mean? She was a cheerleader. That's the kind of stuff we were learning. And again, no hate to that, but like it's like at that age, I wasn't so interested in that. And you got to keep in mind too. Up to this point, I was dancing all these different styles to music I didn't even like. You know what I mean? So I was like, this is kind of like not really for me either. I was just in and out of different classes trying to figure it out. But then we had a sub come in, and her new name was Lucy Legaspi. I don't even know where she's at anymore, but if you hear this, like, thank you. But yeah, Lucy Legaspi came in as a sub one time, and she was actually from like the community in the Bay Area that was doing these things. You know what I mean? Like this whole urban dance movement. And we were dancing the music I liked, doing like moves I liked. The movement was really dope, and I think that's what started it. But what really kicked it off was when I met Sean in 2004. I don't know if you guys know Stacey Reyes. Do you guys know Stacey Reyes?
I feel like I've heard the name.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard that name.
Yeah,
once or twice before.
She was on like another hip hop group coming out of my mom's school, but she was also on Gen 2. And Sean was starting up this thing called Groove Junkies at the time. And she like just threw my name out there. And my boy Phil Grosby too, like seen him at Jamba Juice and was like, yo, you should check my boy Pat out. Like he's tight. You know what I mean? He's just trying to get my back. And so he hit me up, and I went to the first practice, and yeah, I fell in love with it. I remember that specific day falling in love with what I do now and just being like, man, this is some crazy shit. And I think it was because up until that point, we were always just like making moves and choreography, but it didn't really correlate to the music. You know what I mean? And again, the ability to like dance to music you really enjoy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It all came together, man. So.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I think dancing to me is like, I don't know. It's one of the craziest arts because you have to see it, and it's also like a real time thing. Like you can't, if you see a picture on a wall, right, you understand if you like it or not right away. But for dancing, you literally have to take your time, just like watching a movie, just like listening to a song.
That's crazy.
To take like a real time event and see if you like what's happening. Yeah. So I don't know. I've
never heard that before. But that's like a great fucking way to put it, man. Like that's eye opening. That's dope.
Yeah, like you could take a photograph, you could paint a picture, and you know right away like if you like it, whether you know the details or specifics of why yet. But yeah, dancing, you got to take your time.
Yeah, it's definitely like more aesthetically more complex, meaning that it's like scenes in a sense, you know what I mean?
Right.
And like you said, you connect the lyrics to your movements and all. It's like painting a story in a sense.
Man. It's a crazy thing.
So as far as being a choreographer, what other choreographers do you look up to?
Damn. There's a ton of them, man. Everyone on Kinjaz, to be honest with you. Ant, Mike, Ving, Phil Garvin. There's just a whole bunch of fools on there that are super, super dope. Bam, John. I'm not even going to try to name everybody on Squad. I'm just going to say Squad. Also, like, outside of that, like, all the fools on Company, I really look up to. Like, we kind of have a similar style set. And we're all individuals in our different ways, but just seeing them do things, I'm like, man, like, it's cool to see that, like, something we've built has gone that far. So that in itself is inspiring, you know what I mean? And then outside of that, like, Sean, Lyle, Keone, yeah, just a bunch of folks, man. Like, I feel like I'm always continually inspired by, like, my peers, you know what I mean? So if I could blanket that entire question, I would say just the peers, the people I'm around that like I dance with or can communicate with or just kind of like vibe out with. Like I'm super inspired by all of those fools.
You know, I seen that you did a piece with Jolo.
Yeah,
recently,
yeah.
And it's hella crazy to me to see that because the way I imagine Jolo, like I met him when he was I don't know, like a freshman in high school, or not even. He was in middle school,
yet, right?
Yeah, he was in middle school. He wasn't dancing yet, but he always had like a little shady mustache.
Yep.
And then
since birth, probably, right? Like
it was already
always
big,
had
dude.
that. Yeah.
Shout out to Jolo.
And he had those dunks. I don't know if this was the same time frame, but he always wore these dunks, these like gray dunks, like lime green.
But yeah, I remember like him being the shy guy, and now just the way that Jolo moves now, I'm like, oh my god, this fool is fucking
man.
hard.
Yeah.
He's tight.
He's worked his ass off, man, for
Like,
real. Like,
yeah, because I remember
To come from that and blossom into who he is now.
he's
I
killing
remember-
it, dude.
I
He's
remember
good.
he choreographed or he danced the dance at like a Seiji talent show before at our church, and then I was like, oh damn, he's pretty good. And then now to see him like progress and develop, that shit's hella crazy.
Yeah,
So
man.
I don't know.
He's smashing.
If you stick to it, I guess
Hell yeah.
definitely.
you gonna get better.
Hard
You
work
gonna
always
get there.
pays off, man.
For sure, it's the
Hard
only
work
foolproof
always
way,
pays off.
right?
Yep.
That shit's hella crazy. With the Kinjaz,
Mhm.
I wanted to know, like, all right, so you're talking about how you weren't sure, is it like anime inspired? But
Yeah.
for sure, like watching ABDC, watching like even straight from the first episode that you guys were in, you guys danced to Chris Brown, right?
Yep. Yeah. Fun
And
China.
you guys for sure had like some martial arts moves.
For
So
sure,
I wanted
yeah,
to, have you ever done martial arts or anything?
I hadn't, but Ving has, and he was
Okay.
like one of our main choreographers for that piece. Well, I feel like he's one of our main choreographers for almost everything. Like that fool's super talented. But yeah, he had done some martial arts, and so he threw some
Do
stuff
you know
together.
what like practices specifically?
I don't. No, I don't.
I mean, it looks like some
looks super
some
authentic in
formal
a
striking,
sense,
like
you know what I
karate or taekwondo or something.
Yeah, probably.
Because I see a lot of those movements.
Mm.
'Cause, see, I mean, what got me interested in that is like, have you heard of Ido Portal?
No. What is that?
So Ido Portal, he's this movement coach.
Okay.
So he's
Wait, is that what's his name's trainer?
Conor McGregor.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Word. Yeah.
Yeah, so like it's hella crazy to me. Like Ido Portal, he takes a bunch of these like methods of movement. He watches like people who dance. He watches fighters. He watches like animals, how they move. He knows how to move on the floor with his back and like arms and stuff. I just want to know if you see anything.
Nah,
Here,
I
I'm
haven't.
gonna show you
Yeah. Let's
one
watch
of his
this.
videos. He's hella crazy. So Conor McGregor, he got him as a movement coach because I guess what happened was Conor, like he's been known to move like real different in the ring. And Ido Portal, he was like doing this interview and he noticed that like Conor was using some of his terminologies
Word.
like in his movements. Like Conor will talk about like I don't know, like the lizard crawl or whatever.
Word.
And Ido Portal noticed it because he's been like putting out like videos about this and like teaching people online for free and shit.
Got it.
And then I don't know, it's just hella crazy.
Okay.
Hey, let's check
cool.
this out.
Complexity is by far the reason why
This
we
fool's hella bluff.
He's hella buff.
for our brain development and our departure and ascent to the top of the food chain.
He's straight up
is
like hippie looking.
related to
He's hella buff.
complexity.
He has like long
So I have a
hair
newsflash for
and
you.
his voice is
You
like
are the best
I don't know.
on the earth.
Listen to his voice. It's crazy.
Bro, what kind of muscles you have? No. Bro, what kind of patterns you have? Can you flip? Can you invert? Can you crawl? Or is it just aesthetics?
Damn, this is an intense video already.
Yeah,
I think
already.
I'm gonna just let it play in the background. But
I just felt some tension somehow. dude.
Yeah,
That was just
dude.
like,
but just I mean like look at the way he moves.
That's hella crazy.
He does like a thing where he rolls his like spine like in between, like he'll like I think I've seen like you guys
Oh, word.
like do stuff like that
Crazy.
before. Or
Maybe.
I mean just like to when you guys like get loose and like start grooving.
yeah. I feel you.
You know
I
what I
feel
mean?
you.
Just
Yeah, I
like
think
get
I
to
know
know
what
your
you're talking
body.
Yeah.
What do you doing when you do that? Like those like
I don't know. Is it a shoulder roll or is it like
It's like-
actual
it's like
body
a
roll?
full spinal.
Yeah, it's like a body roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, because I know like that.
Yeah.
Like you see Connor do those like full body spinal rolls and just
Yeah,
like try to
yeah.
get connected to like their central nervous system.
Right.
I think that shit's hella cool.
So he's saying there's like some logic behind that.
Oh yeah, I mean with everything he talks about how like people don't touch the floor, people
see.
don't like move in different ways. He had a cool thing describing Connor. He was saying like, all right, most people when they're fighting, right, they have a language. Say it's English, right, and then they'll throw like a jab and then across that's like English, like you understand it. And some people are even better. They'll add like jujitsu, and that's another language that's like being bilingual or something like that. And some people could even speak 5 languages. Right. But Connor, what makes him special is he hits you with a like you don't even understand like what he's saying. Yeah. So he's making like these in between movements that catch people off guard. So I think that
unrecognizable in a sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. That's dope.
I wanted to see what you thought about like all this shit because I thought it was hella cool.
That's tight. Like, it's dope, man.
Do you watch like fighting or?
I'm in and out, to be honest with you. I wouldn't say I'm like so invested in it that I know every single one or that like I'm always like catching them on pay-per-view or something like that. But when there's like a lot of hype around the fight, like I'll make sure I watch it. If not the day
like,
of,
do you see the Connor Diaz too?
I've seen both of them. Yeah,
okay,
I've seen both of them.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted Diaz to win though.
Yeah,
just to be honest. But
why so?
I don't know, man. Like, there's just something about how DGAF he is that I'm like, that's fucking tight. You know what I mean? And like, it's just
close to home too.
Yeah. I mean, he's from Stockton. Yeah. And I don't know, he just doesn't give a fuck, and I think that's tight. Like, or like he's like trying to keep, and this is the thing too, is like how much of this is scripted and how much isn't. You know what I mean? Like, we would like to think it wasn't. You know what I mean? So in the sense that like, oh, he's calling like Connor like in a sense phony by being that outlandish. You know what I mean? But also, is he playing the role of like, no, I want to be like the guy that like isn't that. You know what I mean? But I just resonate more towards him, I guess, than I do with Connor.
I think both guys are like themselves for sure. Like
they're both DGAF for sure.
Yeah. In their own right.
Both DGAF as fuck. DGAF,
this was a crazy story I heard by Connor's coach. So did you see? Oh yeah, how he touches the floor. Yeah. Did you see how Connor and Nate Diaz got into that fight at the press conference?
The water bottles.
Yeah.
So right after that, and right after the weigh-ins, he was like acting all crazy. He was like, "Fuck Diaz. If you're with Team Diaz, then fuck you too." And he was just going crazy. And then like, so even the coach is getting kind of mind fucked. He's getting like, "Whoa, I think we got to calm Connor down." So when he goes over to Connor, he's like about to tell him to calm down, and he goes, "The illusion of insanity is over. Now it's time to walk." And then,
whoa, really?
Yeah. So he was mind fucking everybody, you know, like he was he was trying to, I think, counteract that and get back into Diaz's head, right, and make it seem like, yo, because if you look at him walk into the octagon, he was just stone face. That's crazy. And like you could tell that he was focused and he had the right game plan. He wasn't gonna freaking come in guns a blazing.
Right.
So I don't know.
Dude, that was a good ass fight though, man.
Yeah,
there hasn't been a fight that good in a while, I feel like.
Yeah, like spectacle and stakes. Yeah, that was the biggest. And that was honestly, I think, the best way that it could have ended, because then sets it up for a trilogy, and then we'll see what happens in the third fight.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I just wanted to know like what you think about their movements and like.
I'm not super particular on it, to be honest with you. Like, well, I feel like when I watch stuff like that, like I just get hyped up to like just see people going. You know what I mean? Like,
you just want to see people knock each other out. And
and like I don't know, like I wrestled in high school. And
really?
I took it super seriously. So like, there's still a part of me that
so that is a martial art right there.
Yeah, like. Yeah,
wrestling's a martial art.
Yeah, you used to wrestle too.
Yeah. That was fun. Yeah. I miss wrestling. I miss martial arts. I did taekwondo when I was little. I wrestled and then took up a little bit of boxing and Muay Thai later on. But I mean, at my stage right now, I really want to get one amateur mixed martial arts fight before I'm like too old to move.
Tight, dude. That's a fucking goal right there. Man. Like, that's some real shit.
Yeah. Yo. I'm getting older, so I gotta make this shit happen.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm supporting you. I'll be over there.
Like I'll go for it. I don't give a fuck if I get knocked out. I'll go for it.
So I'll be there to pick you up, bro.
Dude, and I think the beauty of stuff like that too is you're gonna learn a lot about yourself regardless along the way, right? Like I feel like those type of things really drive you to your brink in a sense. You know what I mean? And you just learn a lot about yourself through that process, and I think it's super cool, man.
Yeah, that's
mentally,
crazy.
physically.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's crazy. I remember completely different subject.
All right.
I remember in my rap days, I remember someone telling me that you were a fan.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, man. Heavy. I fucks with that stuff for real.
I got the
first impressions
the old
right
first
there.
impression plaque on the wall,
dude.
Plaque,
for real,
I got
man.
it in my car.
I remember telling like people like telling people too, like Bernie or whatnot, like just people you knew, and even Mel, she's like your neighbor. Like I'm actually gonna link up with her like after this.
She's
you know
literally
what I mean?
2 doors down.
Yeah. But I was a big. I forgot how I found it. I think I might have seen one on YouTube or something like that.
Oh, okay.
To be honest with
Yeah,
you.
that's what kind of set it off.
Yeah, and I just remember grabbing it and just I was bumping it heavy, man. Like
That's
keep
tight,
it real.
right on.
Yep.
Right on.
Hometown
Hometown
hero.
Hero.
Yup, that
Yeah.
was my shit too. Like, it was just, I don't know, man. It was a good album for
Thank
real.
you,
for
thank
real.
you.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I followed the blog after, and I would like wait for shit to come out, and then it would stop coming out.
Blue
I was
Room
like,
update.
oh no, where's he at?
Was that
Like,
Blue Room update?
Yeah, man.
Well, I
And
mean-
I'm sitting in it right now, right? Like that's what that shit
And
is.
it's
This is
still
the
Yeah,
Blue
yeah.
Room,
This
right?
is the Blue Room
Hell
This is
yeah.
where it all
Yeah.
happened.
That's tight, man.
where the recordings happen. I think I
Yeah,
just
man.
came to a point where it was like, as an artist, I wasn't creating like the shit that I felt could reflect me the way I wanted to. You know, like when you're a rapper, it's all about like I, and you tell these stories about yourself.
Right.
But I didn't necessarily want to tell like those stories, or I couldn't in like a way that I felt like was best. So I kind of moved over
Word.
into filmmaking.
Cool.
Because I felt like in filmmaking, you know, I could write for characters. I felt like I was just better at it in
Word.
general than music.
Dope.
And so that's where I'm at right now.
Cool, man. That's
Yeah.
dope. That's dope.
Yeah,
you
but I
just did
remember-
Pilo's video, right? I heard you.
Oh
just did
yeah,
Pilo's
yeah.
video.
Pilo, G-Eazy,
Dope.
J-Hat. And then I'm working on another Pilo video, so that one's gonna be cool.
Cool.
And shit, I gotta talk to you because I want to get some choreography.
Dude,
in
I'm
the
down,
video.
man. For sure. Let's
So,
do it. Let's
all
do
right,
it.
cool. That's for
Hell
after
yeah.
the podcast.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. I might fucking bump first impressions on my
Oh,
way
shit,
back home,
don't.
man. Keep it real, dude. It's like you know how like music is like it's what comes out, but it also brings you back. It's nostalgia in a sense,
Oh,
too,
yeah.
right? You know
For
what I
sure.
mean? So like as we were talking about that, I was thinking of just like where I was at, and not in a dramatic sense, but just where I was at in life at the time. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And like just kind of like the vibe of like what I don't know, just the shit that like I felt when I was hearing it, but also where I was at in my current state of life. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
I
like,
feel you. Like, you associate this music to a certain period in your life.
Mhm.
Like, you know, we were talking about it again with like Kanye West
Yep.
and Drake. Like, they're never gonna make their first album again,
Right,
Because they're
right.
in a different part of their life. And even if they made music that sounds similar to that album, you're not gonna, I guess, like it as much because you're associating this music with when you're in high school and
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
you had like your first kiss or like whatever
Exactly,
like that. You're
exactly.
associating all this music.
Something that impacts
that
it
time.
Yeah.
differently, way differently.
Yeah.
That-
And it would be because I feel that way too. I was getting into like not arguments, but like there's always that debate, like you know what I mean, like oh they're not as good anymore, like this and that. But it's also like you can't. When I try to like look at it in my perspective, if someone's like, "Oh, I want you to still like, I guess choreograph like you did like 5 years ago," it'd be like, "Why would I do that to begin with?" You know what I mean? Like you feel like you evolve, you like learn different things. You know what I mean? So you want to put that forward versus like doing the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah,
you know
like
what I
putting
mean?
the best foot forward in a sense.
Yeah, for sure.
That's like a good ass transition into this. Have you seen this video? It's Lil Yachty and his friends. Hold on, let me pull up his song real quick.
All right.
Do you know Lil Yachty?
I've heard, but I don't know much about him, man.
He got that I know that one night
Yeah,
song
yeah.
right here. I hella like this song. He look crazy though. He's like 19
does.
and look crazy.
Well, what city is he from?
I think
Or where's he
Atlanta.
from? Okay, word.
Doesn't smoke or drink either.
Really?
Supposedly.
He's just like natural turn up.
I know you want this for life.
This song go hard though.
Yeah, I've heard this. This
Pictures
is
with
tight.
all my eyes, but I can't have no.
All right, we're gonna get taken off if we play more of this shit. But anyways, he was with his homies and they're debating and they're saying that Drake is better than Biggie and Tupac.
All right.
What you say? What you say? Drake is better than Tupac and Biggie. They ain't got shit on Drake. They ain't got shit on Drake. They don't have shit on Drake. What can they do that Drake can do? Drake rapping, singing, niggas racing hoes, all that. My nigga. Can Tupac or Biggie make some shit like this?
We're watching like this Snapchat of Lil Yachty and his homies. It looks like a tour bus, and they're just straight bumping like emo Drake right now. Oh, now they switched to Tupac.
And they're kind of mocking it in a sense.
Yeah.
It looks like they're mocking it.
A little bit. They got crying, laughing faces on the Tupac and Biggie shit. I mean, this shit is hard as fuck.
Hell
Well,
yeah.
what people have to understand, I think, is Lil Yachty's 19 years old.
Exactly.
Like I'm 25 years old. Like I didn't grow up listening to Tupac and Biggie like I did Drake.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So
Right.
Even more so him being that he's younger than us.
Yeah,
for sure.
Again, what we were saying is like
It's the points
you
in time.
associate it
Yeah.
with these points in time. All right,
For sure.
for you,
For sure.
Drake, Tupac, and Biggie.
Like 1, 2, 3.
Like no, not
Or
1, 2,
like-
3, but who is like your most influential to you?
To me, it would have to be Drake. I
Yeah.
feel like, to be honest with you. And like I vibe with Tupac and Biggie a lot, but I feel like even me being at 30 years old, it's still like my cousin's generation who's like 35, 36. Like
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
who they were bumping. You know what I mean? Because we were little kids.
Yeah.
You know what I
Getting
mean?
picked up by that stuff. you know?
Yeah, like I remember being in the car with him and he's bumping Hail Mary like and just rapping, right?
Uh-huh.
Like going off, and I was just like, I don't really understand what's being said right now. Like it didn't resonate, you know what I mean? So
Yeah. It makes
obviously,
sense, so we were
exactly,
older.
yeah. And you look back on it and you're like, damn, like I get it now. You know what I'm saying? And also how groundbreaking they were for like their craft. You know what I mean? But
A lot of what they did was bold for their time too.
exactly,
Like,
yeah.
calling people out and calling corruption out and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Especially considering how young they were at the point in their
Right.
life. Like when they died, like 24, 25.
Something like that. Yeah.
Like that shit is hella crazy.
I will also say though, like all their classics are fucking classics though. Like
Oh,
you
yeah.
could play them like they're timeless. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
So like that says something for their art as well. You know what I mean?
Definitely has its foot in music history,
Mm-hmm.
and it's there to stay. It's almost like Hollywood, how they got the stars on the floor. you know,
Right. Right.
In
Yeah.
comparison.
Heck yeah. And it's just yeah.
So how about
Straight up.
what do you think about like dance crazes? Do you like dab in and
I think all that stuff's fun, man.
it's fun,
To be
right?
honest with you,
Okay.
yeah.
For sure. Have you seen there's this one video I remember seeing on Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
and it's this like dad, middle aged, trying to be hella cool still, and he's like trying to be hip with his kids and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Do we have that video?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now.
Let me see what you think about this right
It's
here.
already gonna be good.
Hey son, pass the ketchup. I just need a dab. Hey kiddo, join me on this jog. Whip you into shape. Come on. Hey son, come on. We gotta go. We got.
You can tell that this guy can move. Like even though
move.
he's fucking
Yeah,
around.
he's fucking around,
Son,
yeah.
toss me the baking soda. I got bacon.
It's funny too because he's laughing at his own jokes. And it
Yeah,
makes you
yeah.
want to laugh
It's
at him.
uncomfortably.
You know?
what I mean?
I was.
I like how he switches it on a dime.
Yep.
I need a one hand. Let me hand.
Super cornball though.
Hell yeah. That's funny though. That's for sure
That-
funny.
I feel like dance, especially with social media, it changes. I don't know if it changes more, but I notice it more. You know?
For sure.
What do you think about
It just spreads quicker, man. Like
Uh-huh.
social media just spreads everything in a blink of an eye, in my opinion, at least. You know what I mean? And so whatever's hot at the time, like once it surfaces, everyone's on it. You know what I mean? And it transcends like gender, age, culture, like location, and because of social media, like everyone's on it that instantly, and because it's hot, everyone wants to be a part of it. You know what I mean? So
And a lot of
Yeah.
things could be a lot more discoverable now, and being the magnitude that if even just one or two other people just see it, like
For
you said,
sure.
it spreads like wildfire.
for sure,
I
for
see
sure.
more people dancing in general. I think like
I agree.
even like at the clubs and shit. Like people, they're not as afraid. I think to just like have fun.
Right.
I feel like there was a lot of wallflowers before. I was
Yeah.
definitely one of them.
And if you weren't a wallflower, because I was one of them too, then that means you were like freaking a girl. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
those were the only two
Yeah,
like
yeah,
ends
yeah.
of the spectrum, but no one was like actually just having fun.
Yeah,
like,
now people actually just like groove. They don't care as
Yeah.
much.
You got people
How they
just
look.
dancing to themselves, really having a good ass
Yeah.
time,
dude, that's the beauty
especially when
of it,
you're
man.
fucked up. You know,
Yeah.
when you don't care no more, you just let go of everything.
Hell yeah.
I remember, I don't know if we talked about this before, but me and you were in a dance battle in middle school.
Oh, what?
Damn,
When-
this goes all the way back to Westboro Middle School.
Yeah, when 106 came
106
out, they like
KMEL.
threw something for us for our middle school. And then like they were giving out T-shirts. I just wanted a T-shirt.
I just wanted the
So
T-shirt.
I was like,
Still,
I-
you know what? I still have the T-shirt. I think.
That's tight.
Yeah, it was like triple XL. It was
Hella
all good.
I was like, oh, right on for the shirt. Damn, I thought I was getting my size though. Didn't even get our size.
That was hella fun. Now, if there's like a dance battle with middle school kids, I feel like they'll be just like
actually going in, right? Yeah,
like damn,
man.
these kids are good.
Yeah, for sure.
Have you guys
For
ever
sure.
seen dance battles at clubs?
Nah, I don't actually be stepping out that much like that.
Like you
anymore,
got
to be
served
honest
type
with
of
you.
dance
Like,
battle.
Yeah, like that'd be kind of crazy. Yeah.
You just mad because you suckers got served.
Sir.
That's always the best when you hear the name of the title of the movie
inside
the movie.
Yeah.
Like I was watching Stomp the Yard the other day, and it's like we just stomped the yard. It was like, damn, that's how
Stomp the Yard's funny, man. I just watched that recently, like parts of it. Right, we were watching it.
It's on Netflix right now.
Is
right?
it on Netflix?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's funny because it gets real overly dramatic at times too. You know what I mean? You're like, what?
Yeah, and it seems like a bunch of jumping. At least in the beginning scene, it was just like I just see people jumping. That's it.
So, do you have like a favorite dance movie?
Favorite dance movie, dude. Honestly, when You Got Served came out, that was huge, man.
Dude, you got served was hella cool.
That was kind of
That
like the
was
first of its time
huge.
too,
And
right?
that was like, I mean, not for me because I like just grew up differently, but that was like a big part of the reason like people even started dancing was because of that movie. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I run into people all the time and like, yeah, me and my homies would just be in our living room like doing shit we saw on You Got Served. You know what I mean? Like copying their routines and stuff. So yeah, when that came out, it was huge. I remember I went to the premiere too. We like got tickets to the premiere and like rolled over. Yeah, like
what theater?
I'm honestly not. I don't remember. It was like something in the city. There was I had a friend named George, and he had George and Zaldo. Shout out to George. I'm pretty sure it was him.
George, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Shout
yeah.
out to
Check
you,
out
George.
his stuff, dude. And yeah, I think he had like maybe a girlfriend at the time had tickets or something like that, and he was like, "Yo, we got extra tickets. Let's go." And I was like, "All right, let's go." So it's cool. It's cool.
That's hella cool. Yeah. I feel like there needs to be another dance movie that's not
corny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel it.
You guys remember Honey?
Yeah.
Honey Daniels.
Honey.
Jessica Alba.
I don't really remember the movie.
She's bad though.
Yeah, I think that's what made it tolerable for me.
Yeah.
Like, damn, all right. But as far as like everything else, like Lil Romeo was in it.
That's true.
Oh
That's
yeah,
true.
he was.
I don't think he did too well in that film.
That film itself was kind of sketch though, right? It kind of flopped. Like
I think
I feel like everything after You Got Served was just kind of like a corny knockoff, right? Like
it never really lived up to it in a sense, right?
Like You Got Served was definitely corny, but it was cool at the same time.
Yeah.
Like the routines for sure like killed it. But when you hear like Omarion like talk, it's like I don't know.
You know what I thought was pretty cool too? Like the first Step Up, actually.
Dude, I think all the step ups, like exactly how you're saying, routine wise, a lot of the dance movies are dope because they're hiring like actual talented dancers and
Real
choreographers.
choreographers.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, like just the script or like the plot of it is always kind of like, what?
Or it's like, I mean, it's hard to find. I feel like that balance between a good actor and a dancer. It's like
the translation, right?
Yeah, you could be good at. It's hard to be good at two things. You know what I mean? There's only a couple of Chris Browns in the world. Like
seriously,
that fool was good at a lot of things, man. He's
yeah,
dope.
And you know what? It's crazy. I just found out. I think in the last Step Up, the main girl was Missy Elliott's dancer, like the little girl dancer.
Oh, Allison, is that her name?
I think that's her
the
name.
white girl.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
sings and all that
Yeah.
too. That's kind of crazy.
Oh yeah, you were showing me a video of her.
She's talented.
Yeah, and she grew up for real.
Yeah, I think she like did redid the video that they were all in.
The Missy
Oh,
video.
like a Missy video?
Yeah, I think they redid it as like older kids. I think I seen that on YouTube somewhere.
That's pretty crazy.
That's
Like a
hella cool.
reunion performance.
Yeah.
Wasn't the other girl Asian girl?
Monica
Perales.
Yeah,
I remember, like, I didn't correlate the two, but I remember her seeing like her videos like later on in life. I think like some of my dance friends showed me.
Yeah.
And then yeah,
She's
that's
dope,
hella
dude.
crazy how she
Monica's
was the one in
dope.
there.
She's fucking, and she sings too, I think.
I feel like all you dance people know each other.
Yeah, it's a small community, man. Like, even though it's growing a lot, it's a small community in the sense that, like, we're all kind of around the same events. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like you don't cross paths. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everyone, whether it be in class or like a show or a competition or whatever, everyone is always crossing paths. So it's cool.
So it's very common for other people to be taking other people's classes and all that, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And like traveling different workshops, like whether
Yeah.
it's like on this side or the other side of the U.S.
Yeah, man. Like, actually, like being a traveling choreographer, that's how like a lot of us get close. Cause my homie Ant was actually from Kinjaz put this into perspective the other day, and he was like, when you're like in your own hometown or wherever, like in America, like you have the choice of like doing your own thing. You know what I mean? But if you're in like this, I don't know, random city in a random country, and it's just the two of you, like you have no choice but to like expedite your friendship because there's nothing else you guys are going to be doing over there except being around each other. You know what I mean? So
that's true.
Everyone gets a lot closer, and it's cool. You just build solid relationships with people that you might not even thought that you would be able to build a relationship with, you know? So
that the sense of camaraderie just within traveling itself brings upon itself.
For sure. And it's cool too because most of us are leaders within our community, and so we're bringing the community closer because we're leading, like, say, like, I lead the company, and, like, I don't know, I got, like, Keone and Carlo who lead cookies, and, like, because we're cool, like, now we're able to bring our teams together as well.
You're
you know
moving,
what I mean?
You're moving 3 times the people together.
Yeah, it's really, it's a great thing, and it used to not always be like this, but now that it is, it's a blessing, man, for sure, because it's just strengthening our community, like, straight up, like, people are intermixing, and, like, we're supporting each other, and that's how everything grows.
I know for sure, like growing up and being like a young barber and growing into what it is now, seeing like how you said it might be different for, I don't know for you guys, but like for us, like I remember there was a point where people did hate on each other's work.
That's right.
And all that shit. And then like just maybe within the past 5-10 years, everyone started coming together. It's like, you know, there's so many fish in the ocean. We all could eat. You know what I mean?
Right.
Why are we even tripping off each other? You know
Right,
what I mean?
right.
Let's all just be homies and learn off each other and do the best work that we can.
Yeah. Dude, barbering's kind of turning into it. Like, it's similar to dance with, like, people are, like, getting brought out now. You know what I mean? Like, you're, like, teaching seminars and shit abroad, but, like, also, like, everyone's got their own little, like, shop or, like, studio. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Like, there's definitely parallels for sure. Like, I look at that shit on social media and, like, there's definitely parallels between the two.
So there have been, like, choreographers, like, that kind of like didn't like each other's work and all that, or like
back in the day,
Yeah.
I think. I mean,
There's
I'm
gotta
sure.
be
I'm sure.
haters.
Yeah, I'm
There's
sure it
gotta
exists
have been,
now,
right?
right? Like in anything in life, there's that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? But
For
I will
sure.
say, like, maybe because of age, I don't know. I don't really know the exact reasons, but things are better now for sure. Than I mean, at least I know for myself, things are better now. Like I just look at things in a different light.
we
Not
feel
to say
like
I was
we've
a
stepped
hater,
forward
but,
in
you
a sense, right?
Yeah. It's just young shit, right? I feel like
Yeah.
that you're just being young-minded.
No,
you know
yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
true.
Like,
That's
yeah.
I think too it's like that come up mentality, but
For
if you're
sure.
already at like a okay place, I think you kind of let go of that. But you know when you're on the come up or other people are on
Super
the come
hungry.
up, they're like, oh, I want
Yeah.
your spot.
Right, trying
Like-
to take everybody out,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's with anything.
No,
For
yeah,
sure.
it's a sense of being competitive and survival, I guess. But then I feel like, you know, there's just so many people in this world that can be tended to.
True.
You know
That's very
what? What's hella crazy to me is with Kinjaz, it feels like y'all are all like senseis. It feels like a cheat. Like was it 8 people who were on the show?
Yeah.
You guys are like fucking like feels like you're senseis of
Word.
of different groups. Like you
Yeah,
lead
yeah.
the company, other people lead other shit.
Yeah.
That's just you guys got the cheat code for that.
I mean, we always joke around about that. It's like we all used to compete against each other, you know what I mean? And like now we're all together, like kind of rocking on the same stage and like being down for each other. And I think you're right, to be honest with you. I'm like not trying to toot our own horn or nothing like that, but you know what I mean? Like I think like in that sense, like we are kind of like it is kind of a cheat code team, to be honest with you. Like that's how I see us at least. And I'm biased, but I think we're fucking tight, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, fuck America.
Hey, on ABDC, I know you guys
Kinjaz
had
won.
on ABDC, I know you had to like push your guys' limits as far as
Yeah.
even creativity. Like
for sure.
So not only did you just have to dance, you guys also had to do stunts and like
Word.
illusions and all that. Who did you guys come up with that collectively? Or
Yeah, every like kind of how we were just talking about, we're all leaders, you know what I mean? So there wasn't ever like a main leader, you know, like and Mike are our leaders in a sense, but they're not the type of leaders to be like, okay, we're making all the calls, you know what I mean? Like it's very collective. It's like a
if you have input,
yeah,
throw it out there.
exactly. Yeah, it's like a democracy, you know what I mean? And we all trust each other's talents and abilities and vision and creativity. So it's kind of a no-brainer to be like, yo, if you got something to say it, and we're gonna ride with it if it's what it is, you know what I mean?
We'll incorporate that.
For sure,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure. Yeah, man, that show was freaking difficult, man. That was one of the hardest things I've done in life, to be honest with you.
Here, I want to play this, and I just want you to explain to us like what was going on at this point of the stage. So we're watching the first.
Oh shit!
Right, Fine China.
It's funny because I think this was actually our weakest offering, to be honest.
Oh really?
With you. Yeah. But
you guys
yeah,
just
let's
got
watch
better
it.
and better.
Yeah, I think so. We learned a lot throughout the show. You know what I mean?
All right, so let's watch this one, and then let's watch like, I guess, what's your favorite one that we could watch?
The dojo one with the panels.
That one was
my
fucking
favorite
tight
one
as
for
Yeah,
sure.
that was my favorite one, man.
It couldn't have been like more perfect. All the windows and like
Yeah.
all the formation
Yeah,
changes
I'm
that you guys did.
Well, this right here, they shot this the day after 4th of July at like 9 a.m., so we was all hungover. I'll say that much.
You guys went to L.A.
We were
River?
all hungover, yeah, L.A. River.
Where is that right there?
That's in, I think it's called the Korean Bell.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is
It looks
all
super
L.A.?
dope over there.
Yeah, it's all LA. That's actually their Mike and Ant's backyard. Those shots right there are over there, Bangoria.
It's all filmed in L.A. too, right?
Yeah. We were it filmed in Burbank.
Okay.
Burbank, like
So
right
that's
next
pretty
to
convenient.
the airport. Yeah,
Ish.
for sure. I was like right down the road. Like
Is-
it took me
like-
10 minutes to get there. Like no freeway.
Is the studio a lot smaller than what it seems like camera tricks and all that? Like,
Actually, it's pretty big, man.
It looks
it's
fucking
pretty
big.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it'll always look bigger on TV, but like it definitely it felt big. It felt spacey for sure.
That's hella
Yeah.
crazy how they came back with America's Best Dance Crew, and you guys
Yeah.
were the only crew that was brand new.
Yeah. From
To
what I've heard
ABDC.
is like they needed more crews because I guess other crews didn't want to do it. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And I think from what I heard at least is like the Quest dudes were like, if there's a crew that's not a champion that we would like to compete against and like we could vouch for, it'd be Kinjaz. You know what I mean? So shout out to Quest for that. Like,
Oh, tight.
yeah, they're good dudes, man. We were fucking not nervous, but it was just like the first time. It's just adrenaline. You know what I mean?
Here, I'll let you know my favorite part of this.
For sure. Just being in the center, killing shit. It's funny, like we
Right
didn't
there.
even-
That's my
Hey.
favorite part. That shit is crazy.
that shit was super real right there.
We didn't even want to wear those pants.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but like, cause we didn't just, like I said, we learned a lot, right? Like those look great on camera, but in person they look super. Like you would never wear those. You know what I mean? Like,
Who picks out like your wardrobe?
there was a costume designer, but also we got our own girl. Her name is Junlin. Smiles by Junlin on Instagram. Shout out to her. She kills it, man. She comes up with like all of our costume designs and stuff like that.
That's hella cool.
Yeah, she's the shit. Super cool.
It does look good on TV.
It does, right?
All you guys' costumes were hella cool. I like how you had the mask because I can't tell who's who,
Yeah.
what's doing what, and it was like
Yeah, that
Theatrical.
was a definite goal. It's like, let's just look the freshest. And like we always like wanted like it was like, I think what are we wearing right there? Like the free socks. I forgot what those are called. But they're like trying to put us in Vans sometimes. We're like, nah, we don't want to do that. Like,
that's hella cool.
yeah, funny stuff. Like we were supposed to actually get like a little bit of pyro right there. Like we were supposed to like throw a smoke bomb and disappear.
Oh,
But it
shit.
was so expensive because like you got to pay a whole bunch of people to like get that to happen.
You guys have like a budget?
Well, every episode I think has a budget.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And the producers, Nappy Tabs, two amazing, great individuals. Shout out to them. Like I'm super big fans of them. They're in charge of like getting everything, and they were like, man, like just with how expensive this is, it's not gonna look impressive. It would have just been like one poof of smoke. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So we had to like scrap it in the end and not go with it. Funny thing too is they try to make us wear eyeliner. And
Oh,
we did
really?
it. Yeah, man, we did it because their concern was like we're super Asian, right? Like we look, when you're around a bunch of Asians, you don't realize how fucking Asian you look until you
Really?
see yourself on TV. You know what I mean? Like we look Asian as fuck. You know what I
Fuck
mean?
it.
Like
Let us look Asian
right.
as fuck.
I'm not saying like it's a bad thing, but it's like they were saying like, okay, if you're only gonna be wearing masks, you should wear eyeliner so your eyes look bigger. You know what I'm saying?
So you can see them in a sense.
Yeah, and then we were like, all right, it's our first like episode. We didn't know, so we wore it, and then we saw ourselves on TV, and we were like, yo, we're not doing that again. And, like,
I couldn't even tell. You know what I mean? I didn't even know until you told us now.
Here, let's zoom in then.
There's definitely pictures of me floating around though on like social media where I'm just wearing heavy eyeliners. Super funny. I look K-pop as fuck.
That's
yeah.
hella funny.
Hey, so who mixed your guys' tracks? Was it them, like MTV doing it themselves?
Yeah. There's a producer. There's producers called D78, and they do a lot of like the major dance shows on TV, plus their own stuff. So they were the ones always mixing the stuff, but we would get to collaborate with them and be like, you know what I mean? Like we want to use this section, or we kind of want to do this.
We wanted to
wanna do
chop
that.
right here.
Yeah. Or even like we're looking for something that sounds like this, but it's just a violin or like whatever it may be. You know what I mean? So
It seems like a fast ass turnaround, like between each episode, and like,
yeah, man.
is it
1
like a
week.
week?
It's 1 week, bro.
And you get the song, you choreograph it, and you gotta fucking perform it on Saturday or whatever.
Yeah, we shot Thursdays.
Okay.
And then you get your challenge that night, But the thing is, sometimes your music doesn't clear.
Oh, because sample clearances.
Yeah,
and shit.
exactly.
So you pick which ones you want to.
Yeah, we got to choose our music. I don't think it was like that for the other seasons, but our season got to.
That's
you ever run into that problem?
Yeah, for sure. And like, so you're like juggling 3 or 4 different ideas in your mind, and then you're just waiting on your music to clear. You know what I mean? And then you would be back on stage Tuesday, Wednesday-ish to like kind of block out your stuff. So it was just I think that's why I was saying it was one of the hardest things I've ever done, because it's like literally 20 years like committed the whole time. You know what I mean? Even at times you're like, man, I don't want to do this anymore. You know what I mean? For whatever reasons, like you still got to do it. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, we learned a lot about ourselves through that whole process. It was great to be able to do that with the 8 of us. It was really, really cool.
That's a crazy ass run. Do you have that video of what is it called? Your favorite performance over here?
I think it might be.
Or we got to bootleg that shit.
Yeah, I think we might have to.
What do I search? Kinjaz.
That was the final, right?
Yeah. Week 5, I think. Week 5.
Week 5.
Yeah. Yep, that one right
this
there.
This one? All right.
I just like the sword.
Shout out to
sound effects and all
APDC choreo crew with a 3.
Yep. Shout out to Troy Boy too. He's always holding us down with great music, man.
That's you right here? Or
yeah, yeah.
Oh shit.
It's hella funny, man, because if you could see a view from the other side of what we were doing to get these panels across, like,
if you were like really on the side of it.
Yeah, man, like you would see us fucking. I remember like there's times where there's like multiple people like behind one panel, and we're all just trying to shimmy across stage, like cool. Hella close to each other and stuff, almost like nut to butt. Like,
the illusion of it is insane.
Yeah, man.
Who thought of this like sliding panel idea?
It's been in our community before, but like Ant was kind of the mastermind for it. Like, yo, we should do this, and like also like,
is Ant the one who's like the
sensei right now? Yeah. Also, like, I mean, to keep it real, we knew we were trying to open up this studio, and we were like, let's make like a commercial for the studio on national TV. You know what I mean? Like,
just promote it
the
already.
dojo. Yeah, like, no, it's gonna happen. You know what I mean?
My favorite part is when it kind of looks like he like,
that's
transports and all that, or goes from one end to another hella fast.
Yeah, man. Dude, we stepped out of this. Not to say other teams weren't doing this as well, but like when we finished this piece, it was Wednesday morning, and we had to perform it on Thursday, but we stepped outside of our rehearsal space at like 6 a.m. I feel like we just went all the way through. Like the sun was up, and we had to be like back on stage in a couple hours. It's crazy.
Oh, here's the ad right here.
Yep. Inception, right? Yeah. It's cool, man. Yeah, definitely proud of that.
He got the Raiden Rice hat.
Yeah.
This is probably like the cleanest costume too, I think.
See, the judges got up and just saw that y'all killed and had to high five each other and all that. That shit was dope.
I forgot that Tiana Taylor was in this. Now she's like,
and she was pregnant at the time. She was pregnant during the show.
Really?
Yeah.
And then she fucking killed that Kanye video.
Yeah,
that shit was insane.
She don't look like she was pregnant.
No, not at all. Body's banging for real. It's crazy.
What do you think about the whole cat thing? We was talking about that.
I didn't understand what that was. I know it threw me off when I saw it. I was like, "Whoa!"
This is part of the video.
What that is.
Well, I was reading an interview, and like, I guess Kanye didn't even explain it either. He was like, Tiana Taylor said that Kanye came to her and was like, "Yeah, we're gonna do this cat thing. It's gonna be artistic. Don't worry about it." And then like she gets there. And then there's like hella goats. There's shit all over the gym floor, and she's like, "Whatever, it's fucking Kanye. We're gonna do it." Certain things like that, you just gotta fucking trust.
Right. I'm curious.
It sure made a buzz.
Yeah, I'm curious to know what it was though. You know what I mean? Like, what is the message?
I don't think it means anything, honestly. I think people are reading too into it. Like, it's just like Kanye was like, you know what? It might look cool, because I feel like he gets inspired visually by things, and he's like, "Yo, this will just look hella cool. I don't give." It doesn't mean anything, but it just
he's
looks
winning right
cool.
now because people are trying to look into it. Like, it's causing so much of a buzz. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
Some people just look way too deep. Yeah. It's not that deep. It's just a fucking cat.
That's true.
And like a softcore porn.
Yeah, it was kind of weird too. Like, just I wasn't sure about why he chose like a gym setting with her in like that type of costume for that song. You know what I mean? Like. Or maybe it doesn't have to do with anything. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it looked like a Flashdance.
Right. Yeah,
That's what it was inspired by.
Yeah.
I mean, just visually it was hella cool.
Right,
but
right.
Shit, we're talking about it weeks later, so
Yeah.
Twice.
he did his job. You know what I mean?
For sure.
That's Kanye for you.
Yeah.
Who are you listening to right now?
I'm on like a bunch of different stuff, man. To be honest with you, I'll always find room for J. Cole. To be honest with you.
Damn, when's
one
J.
way or
Cole gonna
another.
come out with something else?
I hope he does. Soon,
2014
man.
Forest Hill Drive
Was-
says it in
was
the
the
name.
last,
14. Shit.
That was. I mean, I'm still bumping like Born Sinner from time to time. To be honest with you, I do a lot of like Spotify stuff. So sometimes like I'll do a mood, or sometimes I'll do like whatever like rap or like R&B like playlist they got on. If I was to say that I'm like super heavily into something right now, I don't know.
What do you think about like dance hall? How there's this
I think
big
it's
dance
taking
hall
over the
wave.
charts right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It's cool. I think like it creates a certain vibe. I'm not gonna say I super resonate with it, but I think it creates a certain vibe, and it makes people dance. So that's
Yeah, I
good.
fuck with dance hall. He
I
fucks
fuck-
with dance hall
yeah.
heavy.
I fuck with it heavy.
That's tight.
Like, what was it? Rihanna performing on stage to work
Yeah.
at the VMAs.
Yo.
That looked lit as fuck.
Fucking party.
That's just
I didn't realize that they were on stage. I thought she was in the audience
I
or
thought
something
she
like
was in
that,
the
right?
bleachers, too.
Yeah.
There was like 100 people on that.
yeah.
And imagine how that stage was like. It probably was hella like
Yep.
inclined. You know what I
Yep.
mean? You're just on top of the next person, on top of the next person. That's
yeah,
just
that
crazy.
was tight.
And then like the front row is like choreography, and then like the rest is just like
Mhm.
And
Just
they're
vibing
still
out. They got red
able-
cups and shit. Like, dude.
They're still able to show that Rihanna's
dope.
still the focal point of
Right.
this whole thing
Right.
somehow.
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
Spotlights maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, they had like
Yeah,
a cool
she killed
separation with her and the background, because like the background was all like red-ish, and then they had like a spotlight, like a red
Right,
light
right.
showing her. It's really good. Good
Her-
production.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good stuff.
are you? Have you been to the Drake concert or any Drake concert?
Back in the day, like
Okay.
way back.
Which one?
I was still living here.
Drake versus Lil Wayne.
No, I think it was like one of his first things over at what's the venue where like there's like a floor like and it's all just standing, but then there's also like seats and stuff like that.
Warfield,
Yeah, I think it might have been that.
right next to Crazy Horse, the strip club.
I think so.
Shout out
I
to
think
Crazy
it might have
Horse.
been that. Yeah. But this was like almost like So Far Gone still. I feel like.
That's tight.
Yeah, I'm so like in the beginning.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's hella cool. I went to I think it was America's Most Wanted with Lil Wayne, and Drake was supposed to be there. But do you remember when he was first coming up with like Best I Ever Had and shit like that? He blew out his knee. Like
Really?
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
even know
Yeah.
about that.
yeah, like he fucked up his knee playing basketball, and then like on stage a couple of times later after that,
He hated
like
it, right?
because he tore his ACL or MCL, one of them, and then which one's MCL is the knee, right? Whatever.
they're
Both of them are in the
Both of them?
They're just two different things.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
one's on the
Yeah.
side, one's like on the back or the front or something.
Well, whatever. He blew out his knee, and this was like the first show that he didn't show up to. I was hella disappointed because I was like, my brother was putting me on to comeback season. I hella wanted to see Drake, and then all I got was Tyga and like early Nicki Minaj.
Tyga's pretty good live though. I was surprised at least when
Well,
I saw Tyga live. He was pretty good.
I mean, at that point though, he had the Coconut song, and like that was
It wasn't. The
Yeah, he
Tyga
wasn't
that we
lit.
know
Neither
now.
was
He
Nicki
hasn't
Minaj.
found himself yet, like
Yeah.
his sound.
Yeah.
I don't even think Bedrock was out yet. Like, so even Nicki Minaj wasn't lit.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
right.
so
I've seen
I hella want to see Drake though.
So I've seen Drake at Coachella, and you know, we thought he was gonna bring out a whole. I'm not gonna say I was fully disappointed. It was just
Word.
like a whole different approach. It was definitely a marketing approach. It was definitely built around Madonna. That was when he
Right.
made out with Madonna on stage, right?
Where?
But to come from that and then to see him at the Summer 16 tour, definitely was something more catered towards me. I would say he was definitely a good performer. We know he could act.
Yeah, he
like
can
on stage
perform,
and
man.
shit.
For real, he's live. Yeah.
He's hosted like the ESPYs, right? He's you know, he definitely can perform a lot better than I think he even grew from Coachella to now.
So
He got hits on hits too.
yeah,
Like,
man. He's an artist, man. Like straight up.
Throwing
Like,
through.
Whoever did his
For
stage is
sure.
kind of crazy because like there was all those balloons and they're all suspended and like someone's controlling all of them. At one point there was like I think it was that song where I turned a 6 into a 9 now. The 6 like turned upside down into a 9 or some shit.
What? That's
on the balloons
crazy.
and
I'm
shit.
going to the San Jose one this weekend,
Tight.
so I'm super juiced for that shit.
Tight.
It's gonna be my only second time seeing Drake. I saw him like 2 years ago in Oracle. But yeah, I heard he was working on this tour for like 10 months.
Wow.
And just like perfecting the shit out of it. But it looks like it's hella cool.
You could hella tell he definitely knows how to perform because he never fumbles his words like on stage. He does all these, you know, because you're a good girl and you know it, he'll switch it up to because you're a bae girl and you know like he knows all his ad libs by heart.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Never fumbles.
You know when people fuck up, that's the worst.
Yeah.
There's like people who are like, "What's up, LA?" It's like, "Bitch, you in the Bay."
Fuck, I forgot.
You don't know where you at.
I feel like being a rapper too, like you have to be a good performer to be a rapper. You know what I mean? Like, or it's so easy to lose a crowd, like, because you're just on stage rapping. You know what I mean? Like the way you package it, the way you perform, like how you take us through this experience, whether it's like a journey or like whatever you're trying to express through your music to like the people. Like, I feel like it's way harder. You know what I mean? I feel like if you're a vocalist, like you can literally sit there. I'm not like there's no shade here, but you can sit there and just sing and you're captivating. You know what I mean? But for rap, it's way harder. Like you can't just sit there and only rap. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
you definitely have to.
There's some people who just got the juice like, when they perform.
Right.
Like, and some people got the juice when they make the music, but they don't got it when they perform.
Yes.
Example, like, I think Future could be a better performer. Like, I seen him at the VMAs. His songs are so lit, but like he's not.
He's just there.
I think what would help him is like if he took dance classes. Honestly,
yeah.
I feel like he doesn't know
a
his body and his movement and like performance wise. I feel like a lot of
you gotta overly animate yourself, right?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of rappers and performers could use like dancing. Like you don't have to be fucking Justin Bieber, but you gotta know how to get people like having fun.
True.
Like, do you know Made in Tokyo? He's this rapper. We got him for our show back in November.
Bouncy, like,
he's hella lit, but like he could like move and perform. Let me try to pull him up.
I feel like too, like you just gotta also taking it back to DGAF. You just gotta be DGAF, right? You can't be too cool for your own shit. You know what I mean? Like people gotta be able to relate to the fact that like you're vibing with like what's going on. Like,
the moment you forgot about worrying how cool you look, the more you lived. In
exactly.
A sense.
Yeah.
You start living then.
Yeah.
Look, like he's just having fun. He's like not doing anything like regular.
Right. He's just vibing out.
He's hella sick though.
He's tight.
I'm glad that he's coming up. We got him for our show in November last year.
Dope.
And now he's like on everybody's like. I remember the first time like Kylie Jenner like Snapchat his shit. I was like, oh damn, this is hella cool because we got him like at our show right before all that shit happened.
Dope.
He got 2 Chainz on this remix now.
Dope.
And you gotta listen to this shit. His mixtape just going up.
Tight. Where's he
seen
from?
him perform too.
You seen him perform? Where?
Yeah, or not like me personally, but like on video, like on YouTube and shit. And he's like super lit, jumping on speakers and like stomping.
You can tell he got the sauce. I kicked it with him for a day, like. During that show, we did a video. It hasn't come out yet because I'm fucking slow at editing, and we shot it all GoPro, so the sound is kind of fucked up.
Word.
And it's like just hard doing that shit.
Right.
But he's like a cool ass guy. He's hella short.
Dope.
Hella.
Is he shorter than Shorty?
Oh yeah.
He's from the Bay or nah?
Nah. He's from Tokyo, damn near.
Really?
So his dad is a military guy.
Got it.
So he moved around a lot, but he considers Tokyo like his home.
Word.
Because, or like where he's from at least, because he grew up through high school there, and you know high school is like
that's the biggest part.
Yeah.
That's like
years.
Fast and the Furious.
Exactly.
Like Bow Wow.
Yeah, he's Bow Wow. He's there. Bow.
And
real
Tokyo's
life Bow
tight.
Wow.
Like,
yeah,
that's a good place to be from.
Yeah, I think you would like his shit.
Have you danced there before?
If you
like
do a dance to one of his songs, I'll know
for sure
who put you on.
Yeah, I've been to Tokyo before for sure. And for sure, I'm gonna check him out too. That's good,
he's
man.
sick.
Have you taught classes like in Tokyo?
Yeah.
Because I know you said you
was
did
there
international,
once.
right?
Yeah. I've been there once. Over at N Dance. It was N Dance camp, and I subbed for Sean because Sean like just did the first Bieber tour.
Okay.
So like it kind of worked out that I got a chance to go over there, and it's super dope. Like they're so good over there, man. Like they're really, really good, and I feel like
of talent.
Hell yeah, and I feel like just Japanese culture is super cool just to be around it. You know what I mean? It's like one of my favorite places for sure.
And even more so with the Kinjaz and all that, like it just kind of led to your influence of like interest in all that a little more, right?
Yeah, in a sense. I mean, it was before all that, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But yeah, still very influential place.
Is it hard, like teaching with the language barrier?
You would think it is, but this is such a like fucking corny
It's a language
thing
to
to say.
dance.
Yeah, exactly,
Dance
man.
is
You
its
already
own
know.
language, huh?
It is, man. Like, it's so true, and you just find it's just. I feel like it's just being aware of where you're at, right? So you can't just throw certain words out that obviously they won't understand, but if you can kind of just use kind of a more basic form of English or like sounds, whatever, like it all translates. Like it's not as hard as you think it would be, for sure.
That's cool.
Yeah.
How about favorite place internationally that you've taught?
Oh man, I would say I'm gonna go top 3.
Yeah.
I think top 3 in no particular order would be like Barcelona, Seoul, and Singapore would probably be top 3. And
Damn, you've been around the map.
yeah, man, I
Shit.
think my country counts at like last time I checked, I think I'm at like 25 or 27. It's one of those. Yeah, man, super blessed to be able to do this stuff. But just to go back to your question, it's not even just like necessarily about the talent. I feel like just my experiences over there were like life changing. You know what I mean? And just very, very like gratifying. So
In a sense, you got a good grasp of how other people live. Like, you know,
For sure.
you understand the spectrums of life in a sense. You know,
for sure, in a sense, yeah. It's cool. It's cool to travel. I was never even really big on traveling, but like given the opportunity to now, it's like it's a blessing, man. And like you get to just experience certain things, and yeah, it's just cool shit all around.
Tight. I want to know. All right, everybody knows you're into dance and music, obviously, because it coincides with it. But I want to know what weird shit or other shit that you're
Any
on.
hobbies?
Yo, man, I have like a really like addictive personality in the sense of like I'm the type of dude that if I get into something, I'm like 100% in it for as long as it rides for, right?
Yeah.
So for example, like if it's kendama, I got super into kendama, bought like hella kendamas, and I just rode that wave until like I was like, all right, I'm kind of done with that.
Done
You know
with
what I
it.
mean?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like I'm wasting hella time right now doing
Yeah,
this when
exactly.
I could be doing something else.
For real. Or like I was super into Call of Duty at one point, and that's all I would do. I'm the type of dude where like if I find a pair of pants that likes me or that like they fit me well, and I really like them, I'm gonna try to get like every color possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like or same with like a shoe or something like that. Like if I find a shoe that I really like dancing in,
You stick to it.
I stick to it, and I buy hell of them. Like I had like 7 pairs of Lunar Prestos, and like now I'm on like the SB like Bruin Hyperfeels, and I got like 5 pairs of those. And it's just like it's not like, oh, I want all this stuff. It's just like I don't know. I feel like I need it. You know what I mean? Because I'm like super into it at the time.
It becomes a necessity at that
Yeah,
point.
whether it be like Rubik's Cube or like I got super into vaping, like just weird shit, man. To be honest with you, I don't have like consistent hobbies outside of dance. Yeah,
Got the Rubik's.
but I'm like I'm super just addicted to whatever I'm into at that point in time. You know what I mean? So
what is it right now?
right now, to be honest with you, it's kind of weird, but I just moved home. And I've just been buying hella shit on Amazon for my room because I like want to feel
That
like
is
I live
the
there.
funnest
You know what
shit,
I
though.
mean? Like, yeah. But it's also like I don't plan to be there for a long time.
Yeah.
So I'm like trying to find like deals. You know what I mean? Like I bought like a $50 desk instead of like a $400 desk because I was like, I don't know how long I'm gonna be here.
The
and
temporary
That's
setup.
something
Yeah,
practical that
exactly,
if-
yeah.
If you want to invest in it, you want to be able to take it with you. in a
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. And that's like my defense because my pops is like, yo, you're ordering something every week. A package comes in or multiple packages. And I'm like, yeah, but they're really cheap shit. You know what I mean? Like I'm not spending a lot of money, I promise. Like,
I mean, it's fun going to IKEA and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I get a kick out of it. I went there super lit one time and just had a blast and then ate at the food spot and then dipped.
Yep.
It was
IKEA's
like
tight,
one
man.
adventure.
I've
For
never
sure.
been there hella high, but that sounds hella fun.
It makes you want to buy hella shit is what it is.
does. It's cool to just walk around the showroom too. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like that's fun.
It's very
fun.
relative to you. Like, fuck, damn, this is a nice fixture for my TV. Hey, I got
Yeah.
a TV like this. Fuck, I kind of want it now.
Yeah.
You get
Fuck.
hella shit you don't need to.
Right.
Or like want shit you don't need.
Dude, Amazon always be doing that to me, man.
Do you got Amazon Prime?
Yep. Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
an
I got
Amazon Prime member
Yeah.
too.
Dude, the other day I bought this this battery that you charge your phone like
Like an
outside.
anchor.
Oh, the
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the brand.
Yeah.
I bought that shit and I got Amazon Prime the free trial for my EDU email, and then that shit had same day delivery, and I got that shit literally
Same day.
when I got home from work.
Yeah.
Like it was hella.
It's
Fast
crazy,
as fuck.
man. Amazon's killing it,
and they're
bro.
doing the drone shit now. They're trying to do the drone
Yeah.
shit.
You know what? They be shady at the delivery though sometimes because there's some people they just have a U-Haul truck and it's like, who the fuck is this guy with U-Haul?
Yeah.
Like,
The next thing you know, it's Amazon. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause I
you're
heard
just
they got-
hiring anyone now.
and they knock hella shady, like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa.
Where'd you find this person?
Right. Yeah, they got. From what I've heard is they have like factories in major factories stocking all their stuff in major cities, and it's all like robot like.
Oh, yeah.
manned, you know
Oh,
what I
yeah,
mean.
they
So that's
don't
why
even
it's
have
so
employees.
quick. Yeah, that's why it's so
hella
quick.
crazy.
Yeah, but Amazon's killing it, man. You know they do groceries and shit too, like Amazon
Yeah,
Fresh.
and then
What?
like they have that fucking
The button.
that you
Yep.
can put on your fucking washer, and
got
then
a
you press
button.
it, boom, more Tide comes to your door.
Yeah.
What?
Like if
Yeah.
you run out of Tide, you could press the Tide button and it'll automatically ship to your house.
That's hella
As soon as
crazy.
It's
possible.
crazy. It's
Yeah.
funny because they did one for the new wireless earbuds. Because like you know how
Oh,
everyone's saying
yeah,
like
yeah.
they're gonna lose
You're
them
gonna
quick.
lose that
You know what
shit
I mean?
hella
Yeah. So
fast.
there's already a button for like, all right, I
Damn.
lost my earbuds.
Just-
Gotta press the button.
That's
Just
a
looking at that fucking
couple $100
headphone.
button.
Yeah,
Or how much is
man.
that?
I think it's like
Like-
150 or something like
something
that.
like
$150 button.
Yeah, man.
Goddamn, don't
It-
let your kids around that.
It's crazy. I
Crazy.
seen a picture how like back then, remember Game Boy, right?
Mhm.
You needed a cord to be plugged into something to put headphones on.
Right.
That's kind of how like the technology. It's like the technology took a step back to
Yeah.
make new space for new shit. in a
Right.
sense.
Right.
Instead of aux cord, you got to plug in through lightning, which goes into aux.
Right.
You
But
need-
I heard the headset that comes with it is lightning.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
brother just got one on Friday,
Yeah.
and it's only the lightning, whatever
Cord, whatever.
port.
Yeah.
Oh, so it comes with one at least.
It comes with the
Okay.
headphones for
Headphones
that.
with the lightning instead of
Yeah.
auxiliary.
It's like if someone asks me, "Hey, you got this?" Nah, I don't. I'm sorry. I just cannot afford to lose this one right now.
Yeah,
you know what I
dude,
mean?
for sure, man.
There's a new technology right now.
Dude, the new iPhone's hella weird.
Is it? I haven't seen it yet, or gotten to touch it in my hands at least. I've only
Well,
seen
I
it
mean,
on-
it's not hella weird. It looks like the old one,
The interface
But-
reminds me of Droid. Keep it real.
the new iOS.
Like messaging and all that. Because on,
Oh yeah, it
on
looks
my Droid,
a little
there's like
different. Do you have
I could
iPhone?
I could get
Yeah.
a
Do
picture
you
of
update?
someone's face.
yeah, I updated. I like the update.
You like it?
Yeah.
I'm
getting used to
iffy.
it. But
I gotta
like
get
it.
more used to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fucking around with it.
I feel like it made things a little bit more user friendly. You know what I
yeah.
mean? It just like made more
Just
things
more
a little-
simpler.
yeah, and made it a little bit more accessible, and it looks nicer. You know what I mean?
the new iPhone, the home button doesn't click. So
Oh,
it
really?
feels
It's
hella
all touch.
weird. It's like it
The
has
sensor.
it looks like this button, but if you try to press it, it vibrates instead of clicks, and it's like not a satisfying feeling.
word.
But I guess since they made it like waterproof, they had to
yeah,
eliminate
couldn't
that.
move.
yeah cut or not cut so many holes or
Right.
whatever.
I like clicking, to be honest.
Yeah,
with you.
yeah,
Like
me
when I'm
too.
driving, if I'm switching lanes or whatever, like how you say is like satisfaction. Of that.
Yeah,
Do you leave
that
vibrate on
tactile
your
feel.
text?
yeah,
Vibrate, yeah.
I
So
do.
when you click it, it actually moves, or like you feel the actual click.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Makes sense.
I don't know if
I know
do that.
I know Android does that. I'm fucking.
I don't even know,
I'm gonna
to be
go to the iPhone.
Instead
though.
of it going click click click, it vibrates.
it kind of vibrates. Yeah.
I thought you meant like if I got a text message, does my phone vibrate?
Oh no. Like when
No.
I text, it
Yeah,
actually
mine
feels
doesn't
like
do
a
what you're
button for
talking
some
about.
reason.
Word.
This is kind of crazy. I don't know.
That's pretty tight.
I feel like that wastes battery life, honestly.
I'm pretty sure that's why I'm on power saving mode all the time, but it dies like as if it was a regular phone.
You damn near just gotta do away with that then.
Look at it. It looked like it got shot in the bottom corner. I need to go back to the iPhone for real. Somebody,
I've
Apple
only
sponsor
had
us.
iPhones, man. I've only had iPhones.
Yeah, I'm about to trade this one in. My brother made a good point. I guess like do you have AT&T?
Mm-hmm.
For AT&T, for like whatever generation iPhone 6, you get up to $650, like if it's working and there's no like whatever, no cracks in it.
Really?
Yeah, so you get $650 in credit towards your phone.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Someone look this up for me because I'm sure I'm fucking this up. And it like goes to the bill of like your next one because they
Like
don't do that
installments?
There's no
2 year.
tier. Yeah, you pay
Yeah.
it monthly. And that's
Yeah,
how they
so
keep
but
you.
I guess like that's what the thing is with this. Like they take it off of your bill because now they have the AT&T Next or whatever, Go or whatever.
I'm not even sure, man.
But I don't know. It makes sense to me because this phone is gonna lose its value. So
True.
It's
True.
gonna,
Just
you're
might as well
almost
get
at
rid
the
of
end
it
of
now.
that value.
Yeah,
like
might as
at
well.
at the peak of it in a sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a 6 or 6 Plus?
I have a 6.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how much difference the Plus is.
Hey, the last
Right. Even
iPhone
the-
I had was a 3G.
3G.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
So I've been Droid for a while, so I'm sorry. I gotta hop back. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, man.
I went from like S3, 4, 5, 6, and then this 6th one was not working. 4th and 5th was cool though.
Everyone listening on Google Play right now hates you. They're like,
oh shit! Sorry.
Yo, you know
y'all.
who's killing it right now though? Is T-Mobile. I'm not gonna say like their
T-Mobile?
service is amazing, but like I just got the new iPad Pro, like a 9.7 from
Oh,
T-Mobile,
shit.
and their data plans are ridiculous.
Oh,
Like,
you have yours with data.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got mine with data.
do you have the
and
pen?
I haven't gotten the
Oh,
pen
yeah.
yet. Nah. But because I feel like I'm not good at drawing, so I'm like I don't really know what the pure purpose of that would be for me yet.
Yeah.
But their data, it's like you could use Spotify, you could use Maps, you could use HBO Go, Netflix, all that stuff, Hulu, and it doesn't count towards your data.
What?
Yeah,
Also,
That's
they have
what
special sponsored data.
exactly. You
exempt.
can play Pokemon Go, and it won't count towards your data.
That's
So when
hella
does
cool.
it use your data?
Just everything else. So text messaging, if you browse the internet, stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the illest part for me specifically, and just like I found this out through my homie John Ha, is you get free unlimited international data, part of any package. So like
if you go out
wherever
of the,
I could use my iPad still. Like it's tight, man. Like
That's hella
T-Mobile's
cool.
killing it. And they got T-Mobile Tuesdays and shit. Like, have you heard of T-Mobile Tuesdays?
No.
They basically just give things out on Tuesday. It's an app. You sign up for the app, and they'll be like, here's a code to redeem like a medium Domino's pizza or like a Lyft drive for up to like, I don't know, $15. Like,
Damn.
it's crazy.
That's hella crazy.
They're trying to bounce back from the sidekick thing.
No, you know what? That's what it was, dude. That's
Yeah.
the last time I had T-Mobile.
Yeah, exactly. Me too.
Everyone
Me
had
too.
like, it was $20 a month
Yep.
to keep a sidekick line open just for text and all
Yep.
that, and then everyone still had the
It's-
regular phone.
It was $20 a month for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, I couldn't afford that back then.
My boy Nestor used to hook us all up back at.
That's
T-Mobile.
my cousin, dude.
Ness?
Yeah, that's my
Hey,
cousin.
that's
yeah.
what's up.
Shout out to
I'm
Ness.
Sure, I'm sure he plugged you for sure. Then.
Yeah, man. Hey, you know what was tight about that too, or like the whole reason I had to like get a sidekick is because in the profile, like everyone would kind of say what they were doing that night, or everyone would only communicate through AIM.
Yeah.
So sometimes I was left out of the loop, man. Everyone would go to like a party or something. I'm like, yo, why don't you guys hit me up? They're like, oh, we were like talking through like AIM and shit
Yeah.
on Sidekick, and I was like, I gotta get a sidekick then.
To
It's like
stay
the
in-
only reason
to stay into the loop.
Yeah, exactly.
Stay
That's the
connected.
only reason I did it.
I
Yeah.
definitely feel like the second one was the most sturdiest. I had all three actually.
I gotta take a fat ass piss real quick. I was holding it in.
It's all good.
I'm not I've been drinking too much water. If you look over there, I got
There's
fucking
like 3
hella
waters
water. I'm
already.
trying to stay hydrated,
Hell
trying
yeah,
to
man.
get
It's
this
hella hot.
little sickness from me.
No, yeah, but I
Water's
think
important.
that sidekick too was like definitely the most sturdiest.
Word.
Like the 3, I broke like 3 of those.
Crazy.
The 2 only had 1.
Yeah, because the face would always come off, right?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
it was. But then for some reason the 2 just wasn't clacky. Like
yeah,
you could tell
the way
like
it worked out.
the other one was just way too much plastic.
Right. I feel
Did you have like a favorite phone? I know I was on the BlackBerry for a minute too.
Dude, iPhone for sure. For sure.
you-
I've had
you-
every iPhone from the first one to this one. And only when I was like, all right, I got to start saving money, was I like, all right, I'm not going to get the 6 Plus. But I've
Yeah.
had every other one.
Damn.
So, yeah.
Faithful
yeah.
customer, dude.
For real,
sure.
man. Like, since the first one. That's why, like, I'm grandfathered in for, like, my AT&T. Like, I got the unlimited
And that's why you don't
data
even
and
bother
everything.
switching your number or anything.
Yep. Yeah.
So
yeah.
you've had your number for at least over 10 years now, huh?
Yeah, because I transferred my Razor number from Verizon over
The
to
Razor.
over to AT&T to get the first iPhone.
That's a trip.
Yeah, man.
I remember having a Razor too, and that was super sleek, super thin.
Yeah.
Like I kind of wish my phone. Like I honestly don't even really need my phone except for text and call because that's usually what I'm using it for.
For sure.
I
for
could
sure.
do social media at home. I don't mind
Right.
that. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It makes me think of just taking step back. I don't know. why.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel it. But I feel like more than anything, people are texting now, right?
For sure.
And so like you having iMessage is a plus in a sense. You know what I mean? But yeah, the whole social media thing, I vibe with that too because I don't really.
Stay on Instagram.
Yeah. I mean,
stay on Snapchat.
I stay on Instagram, but like I'm on my Explorer page. But for myself, I barely post anymore. Like for my own
Same
thing, you know what I
here.
mean? And that's usually like I'm bored, so like let me go on the Explorer page and like see what's up. You know?
Yeah. Let me see if there's anything that sparks my interest in it.
Exactly, or makes me laugh.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the biggest thing for me.
You know what's crazy? A lot of people have been I don't know. I know for me and my friends, like we all always tag each other in fucking some funny ass shit.
Yeah, for sure.
And I feel like that's become a craze.
For sure. And they're making it easier to do so now. Like you could send videos to each other instead of having to tag a comment. You know what I mean?
And then rather than have, some people be like, fuck, why is everyone just fucking spamming my whole shit?
Yeah, would just at blah, 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 or like at whatever. I feel that.
Yeah. And then it's like, oh, and you could see like, hey, this person just tagged this other person that I know up in there.
Yeah.
That shit's a trip.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Talking about Instagram. And
Like how Instagram, you could, in Instagram, people have, like how I tag you in videos and shit, and how that's become a craze. Like, I feel like everyone's doing that shit now.
Tagging people
or having like group tags and shit. You know what I mean?
Like when you see a meme and you're like, oh,
yeah.
That's
I need to show my homie for sure.
Yeah. Dude, I seen when I was tweeting you that your shit is hacked.
Yeah.
I was surprised. I was like, whoa. Have you seen this?
Nah, I have not.
I'm gonna pull it up.
I just left it up because I'm never on Twitter. Like I don't even tweet anything. I don't even really open Twitter ever. So
So it's extinct to you in a sense.
In a sense, yeah. And
I just tweeted you, and then like I went to it, and this is what I saw.
Yeah. I just like left that shit up. Like I got hacked, and then I changed my password, and I just kind of like left the hack up.
It's like,
so you got it back?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I was able to like, yeah.
I was gonna
recover
it. I was like, maybe we could recover the the hack right now.
Yeah. No, yeah, I got it back. But it was like,
that's all funny.
Yeah, Ant was like, yo, you should just leave it up. And I was like, fuck it, I'll just leave it up.
Fuck it up.
That's hella funny.
Man. I mean, I'm like never on there, so it don't really matter.
It'd probably be like really interesting to look back, like just like right now, like how we just look back to it right now and then you see it on there. Like I know for sure, like a while back we all looked like at our Zangas and shit.
True.
And that was a trip. I don't know if they're still up there now. Is Zanga still up there?
I think so.
Really?
I think so.
I'm gonna search some Zanga real quick. Zanga.
I don't even remember any of my fucking usernames, so don't even search my shit.
Zanga was the shit, man.
Oh, this looks weak now though. What is this?
I don't know.
It doesn't even look like it took steps forward really, except for the graphics. Maybe
people probably don't even use it anymore.
Zanga 2.0. Oh, it's only moved up one.
Damn. Zanga was the shit though.
It was.
That kind of like got everybody to learn how to code at least a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, like
how'd you put this fucking music player in there? Hey, I'll do it for you. Give me your account password.
It's like, how do you make this letter bold? Oh, you do. You do greater than, B, less than, or whatever, and then
I want Baby Cruffy as my fucking font, or like
Baby Cruffy.
Baby Cruffy or
Shit, I haven't heard that in hell long.
Comic Sans.
Baby Cruffy.
That's the one that's like kind of like graffiti-ish, a little bit fat legs on the letter.
That's like what the girls like to use.
Yeah.
Well, I had it.
I remember you used to spend hours trying to customize your page too.
And it's like, perfection right there.
And then by the next week, you're like, all right, I'm gonna change this shit again.
Yeah.
Like
and then when MySpace started going up, the big thing was what song is on your profile.
Right. Or the top 8, right?
Yeah.
The top 8, like who's on your top 8.
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
Who are your mains though?
Yeah.
Who are your aces?
And then you could like go further than the top 8 and like have
16, 24
for the people who feel
damn, this person popular.
I feel bad.
Yeah.
I feel bad I didn't put this person in my top 8. I'm gonna just put a top 100 and say that nobody
top 100.
It's randomized.
That's so funny though that's what it turned into. Like it was just like whoever your like best friends were, that's who you put in there. You know what I mean? Like
you know what? I think that might have been the thing that killed MySpace.
Yeah.
It's got. I feel. If you look at all the social medias, none of them do shit like that.
That's true.
Like none of them are like, oh, this is my best friend.
Right.
I don't think MySpace music did as well as like projecting people out into. I don't think the world was ready for it at that time.
For MySpace music.
Yeah, because like if you think about it, like you have SoundCloud now, which is like kind of what propelled a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, MySpace was kind of lit at first because I remember when I first like started putting music out, it was on MySpace, and people would find it through there. But then it just slowly started to die out. Even when I was putting music out on there, it was just like it wasn't as lit anymore. Facebook was a new thing.
YouTube Facebook pops up. And then
and Facebook didn't have the what's it called, music capabilities.
That section, yeah. YouTube's dying, man, and Facebook's still going strong. It's crazy.
So is Vivo overtaking?
Wait,
YouTube?
Is Facebook holding strong though? Because I don't use Facebook at all.
I don't use Facebook either.
Okay, I probably signed in once in the past 6 months.
But I feel like in terms of like
the world,
yeah,
like,
and your outreach, like if you're trying to reach the world, like Facebook is still number one. I think.
I mean, I see that, but just like our community of like people from
like our generation,
like our generation, people from America, we don't use Facebook.
We don't really. But it's what's crazy is our parents do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I think
like,
that's what kept me from fucking using that shit. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
that.
want them all up on my shit.
Yeah.
It's that too.
Yeah.
And I think too is like it got so crazy that like you almost want to be selective of what you see now. You know what I mean? Like it's like they got everything on there, so you're seeing like all types of random videos and whatnot that people are posting up. Or
like let's
all
say you
the
don't want to see
headlines.
something gruesome, and then it's like
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like dude gets blasted in the head. Or
right,
something.
right.
I feel like it's all like political,
true
mumbo jumbo all
Political
the time.
swaying.
a lot of that.
Type
Yeah.
shit.
Or the videos that make you go like, oh, like you're inspired. You know what I mean? Like, oh, like I'm inspired now. Like
Yeah.
fucking hugging a lion or like little kid, like I don't know, does something like.
Something adorable.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like a heart, very tender. You know?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I feel you when you say like that's still where the outreach is.
Yeah, for sure. You can reach the most through Facebook. Excuse me, through Facebook.
Why do you think YouTube is like dying?
I don't know, man. Like I feel like there's a little bit of a generation gap. You know what I mean? Like the people who are like the most invested into YouTube, and I'm not talking about people who post, but people who like watch things, aren't as invested anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and then like the newer generation, I feel like, and I'm not saying these are like educated assumptions at all, but from what I've seen is like they're more only gravitating to certain people, like the channels that they want to follow. So to be able to get yourself out there, it's way harder now. You know what I mean? And even in that, like I don't even really watch dance shit on YouTube anymore, like or anything for that matter, because I feel like that your attention is somewhere else because there's just so much shit on there. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
There's so much.
And
Like
usually, like there's other sources that we look at. Like I'm guilty of being on WorldStar pretty often. Like you know, and usually the shit that would end up being captivating enough to really grab the attention ends up on there anyway.
Right,
so,
right.
And you kind of like you know what I mean? It's almost like as if someone's filtering for you. Kind of weird.
yeah, for like for this show, we find a lot of our shit on Instagram and on Twitter, like a bunch of the videos.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's hard to find shit on YouTube.
It
like,
is to search for it. It's difficult, man. And I think that's it too. It's like Instagram and Twitter is like a little bit more instant, right?
Yeah,
like Instagram
yeah,
is like it's there.
exactly.
You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
You can search a
You don't
hashtag or like
you don't have to open up a whole new like page
Yep.
just to see the video. Like you just press the video on the same scrolling page.
I guess you could say the hashtag is killing a lot of the game right now.
for sure.
Like-
And it's almost like instant gratification too.
Yeah.
Like we all just want everything in an instant. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And like that's where it's at.
Shit just evolves though.
Yeah.
Like nothing's really viral anymore, I feel. Like
Yeah.
Everything, like it kind of lost its value to be viral because everything is so viral in a sense.
I think what it is like things that become viral are really short-lived.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Okay.
I agree with that. Like there's a lot of things, or like it's you could say like a lot of things go viral, but it just doesn't last as
Yeah.
long as other things do.
Like
Yeah.
Terrio, what happened to Terrio?
That's true.
Even dance crazes
Or,
like go
running,
by
Running
quicker.
Man challenge and shit
Yeah.
like that. Like
Ice bucket challenge.
right, it's like super lit and then it disappears.
Yeah. I think that's why like a podcast is a good ass format because it's like, you know, it's weekly. The people who fuck with the podcast like
We'll be there.
yeah, they're like devoted to it. So
And they know they could never really expect anything. It's always gonna be something unexpected.
I think nowadays just like building a community, you gotta like, I don't know, really fuck with that person. I can't explain it,
Right.
but
That's true.
podcasts are tight.
You really gotta fuck with the people that you're fucking with.
Yeah, like fuck with the people who fuck with you. That's it.
It's just it comes around full circle, you know.
That's true. That's true. Hell yeah.
Have you seen the show Hot Ones? That's one
I have seen Hot Ones.
You have?
seen Hot Ones.
Okay,
You like
cool.
wings?
I like wings. I
You like
wings
spicy?
a lot. I could do spicy. I can't say I could do like hella spicy.
Okay.
But I
Would
could
you do that?
Spicy.
Would you do that show?
I mean, I think it would be fun. I don't think I could make it, to be honest with you, because people be sweating, like actually
yeah.
sweating.
You
know what I
should
mean?
listen to
Like,
our last episode. That shit was hell funny.
Yeah.
We're talking about
YG.
We're
White
talking
cheese
about
one,
the main guy, Sean.
Yeah.
He does it like every week, and we're like,
Yeah.
do you just have diarrhea once
For
a week?
sure, dude. For sure. Or like maybe like he's already got problems in his stomach. You know what I mean? 'Cause you
Yeah.
shouldn't be eating like
Yeah,
that
like
that spicy stuff.
hella
that frequently.
ulcers or some
Yeah,
shit.
Or maybe he got like an iron
It's
stomach.
Possibly.
Yeah, he's a superhero.
Yeah.
That's the weakest superpower though. Like, ooh, I could eat kind of hot food and won't get a stomach ache as much as you do.
Would you rather be able to be like Kobayashi and eat hella hot dogs, or be able to eat hella spicy shit?
Probably hella spicy stuff.
Probably spicy shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be able to eat a lot of anything because like
Right.
there's that chance of throwing up that much worse. You know, all that shit coming
I feel
up.
like I eat a lot already too, so I'm like down to eat the spicy stuff.
I feel,
my bad.
Footsie's down there.
Footsie's at the mahjong table.
Footsie's
It's
at
a
the
mahjong table if y'all didn't know.
Yeah. Dude, when we get our own studio, I want to keep it probably like a mahjong
Hell
table,
yeah,
but like
for
get
sure.
a nice ass one. You know,
Yeah.
keep the roots.
Yo, in China they got ones that shuffle for you. Have you
I've
seen that shit?
Like you
It's
throw
crazy.
it, you throw it into the middle, and
Yeah.
then like it gives. Do you know how to play? I don't know how to play.
I know how to play. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
everyone plays differently, right? It's like deuces. Like everyone has their own, like
yeah.
different rendition.
There's
You know
like
what I
a
mean?
house
But-
rules and shit.
Yeah, my mom was trying to teach me, and she says like the way that she plays is way different than like the Chinese way.
Yeah. And even like even in groups of like different Filipino families, everyone has their own little like thing they do.
Oh,
you know what I
okay.
mean? So it's always different. Yeah. It's house rules basically. Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, the shuffling mahjong table is lit. That
I feel like
shit's
no one
tight.
could explain it to me. That's why I've never played it.
It's like gin.
I forgot.
I don't
There's,
even-
like
what's gin?
Pong or some shit like that.
Yeah.
That's like scoring or something like that.
Yeah. That's like a 3 of a kind.
I was trying to read it, and it's like, oh, there's flowers and there's.
There's symbols.
Yeah.
Do we have to match them? Like, what are all these numbers that
I don't get it.
correlate?
It's kind of like gin. It's like never mind. But
You
yeah,
play
it's
gin
kind of
with
gin.
cards too?
Yeah,
You're
I
familiar?
play gin. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm gonna stick to my iPhone games.
Heck yeah.
Have you?
No, I never
Okay.
played speed. Like
You
I
never
was,
Really?
Yeah, I'm
That
not
shit's
good.
tight.
I probably wouldn't be good at that.
You
shit.
never ever played speed.
Never.
Speed
I
is
never
dope.
even learned. Which means I haven't played double speed either.
My brother used to cheat at double speed. Like
Why-
he
how
just
would he
Throw
do
'em
that?
down because you can't really
We're
watch.
calling you out right now, Jay.
Yeah.
We're calling you out right now.
No, he
Jay.
knows it. If he's listening to this, he's like, yeah, I did. Because in double speed, what the goal is you have to match the cards. So say there's 2 jacks, then you put 2 cards on top of that, and the
Cover
goal
'em.
is to like get all your cards out of your hand.
Yeah.
And so he would just pretend that it was like double,
But he's
Yeah.
throwing 6 or something, huh?
but he's just doing it on whatever because I don't even see it
because you're not looking.
He's
Yeah.
going so
You're like
fast.
focused on what you're doing. You know.
Yeah, he's
Damn, I
going
never
so
tripped
fast.
off that. You really gotta have someone watching, or else
Yeah.
someone could really be just foo foxing.
Yeah,
Some
I forgot how I
cheaters, man.
found out. I think I caught him like finally, like when I got older.
Like, there's no
But he was
fucking way
cheating
you're
for a
just
long
flipping
time.
all these cards and it's all landing correctly.
He was cheating for a long time, but shit, that's older brothers for you.
You ever
for
play?
sure.
You ever play Go Fish for shots?
No.
I wouldn't do it either.
How do you even play? Wait, how is Go Fish again?
I don't remember.
Oh, do you
Go
have?
Fish.
Do you have this?
Do you have like a 2?
Word.
Do you have
That would be a bad idea. Or like Rochambeau for shots. I know someone who does that.
Damn.
Rochambeau?
Shout
for
out to
shots?
Mr. Cuttenburn from the Cutlery. He likes to do that.
He could drink.
He could. I seen him once for sure. I seen him once get a red Dixie cup full of Hennessy,
Just drink the whole thing.
pretty fucking high up, like if not near the top. Like he drank that whole shit.
Damn.
Another one of my house parties is full of drink. Like he down to 40 in like one swig.
Whoa. I can't do that.
Fool's a beast.
And he's like that guy who's like, oh, we know he could drink, so everybody's like, oh, let's go get him to drink. Let's see what he could do. Man, that's gotta fuck up your stomach, man. I can't do that.
Dude's a beast. He could handle his. Shout out to Cuttenburn, dude.
So usually I have a beer
Uh-huh.
for the podcast or like ask the guests if we have beer, but I was like getting water this morning. I was like looking at the time. It was 9 a.m. I was like,
Yeah,
it's,
it's
it's
like
a little early.
Yeah, it's a little
It's
early.
a little
to
early
drink, bro.
for some
Yeah.
beer right now.
Hey, but it's 5 o'clock somewhere. No, I'm just playing.
Like we're gonna
Happy
freaking
hour.
11 a.m. on a Monday.
Man, I only drank 1 shot last night, just knowing that I was gonna be over here. I didn't want to be hungover for this. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
that's why you're a DD.
Yeah, I was
last night.
DD last night, and
Nice.
everyone knows I'm never DD. Like I'm always like I'm trying to try new things right now. So,
I know.
you
I was
what I'm saying?
surprised when you texted me that.
I was like, yeah, I don't want to leave.
I was like, wait, you're the ride?
exactly. Like, oh, this fool is tripping. I might be really sick right now. I might be reading this wrong.
That's funny. Where'd you go last night?
I ended up at so one of our boys, Pope, one of our best friends, his daughter's second birthday.
Dope.
Shout out to Maya. And
That's Sammy's daughter too, right?
Sammy's daughter, yeah.
Word.
So you're familiar.
Yeah.
And so we were over there in Redwood City. It was super hot out there. That's why I was like, Pmac.
Hey, shout out to Sammy. She listens to the podcast.
Yeah, she
What's
definitely
up,
fucks
Sammy?
with us.
I seen Sammy at the mall the other day, actually. Just
What's
pushing
up?
her baby. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tight though, man, because it was super hot out there. But like, I'm not really a big fan of hot. You know what I mean?
Word.
I actually like it cold. But it's every once in a while it's good to have it hot. But that was just way too hot.
Yeah.
Dude. Like it was like 92 or 95.
Damn.
I'm
the
sure.
whole time we were there.
I'm sure both of you are like fog guys because you guys were like.
We were hell excited about
I
talking
mean,
about the air.
WSPA, that's super foggy.
Yeah.
Your house gets hella foggy.
Yeah.
I'm like not about the fog, to be
You're
honest
not?
with you. I'm not, man. There's something about it that makes me unmotivated. And I know that's weird because I got to teach in it all the time. But there's something about like this. All right, maybe fog doesn't make me unmotivated, but being in like the sun, like at least when it's bright, I feel way more motivated to like just get shit done, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's a lot
I
more
feel
radiant to
it
you.
affects my mood. Yeah, the fog
Yeah.
affects my mood. Like coming from San Bruno, and then driving to Daly City, and then the fog will roll in.
Kinda
like
gloomy.
Yeah, it kind of affects my mood sometimes.
Yeah, well, I feel that too. So how do you feel today with a nice, bright, sunny
good.
day?
And there's
It's
barely
good.
any clouds outside
Yeah,
too.
man. Yeah.
Or maybe
It
at
looks
least
kind of
for the-
smoggy though.
It's a
Shit.
great
Yeah,
day.
over towards that way.
Yeah.
And there's a helicopter. Is something on fire?
I hope
Is
not.
something on fire?
During the podcast,
Dude, there was a crazy ass event. Remember when that big San Bruno explosion happened?
Yeah.
So I was like making music and there's a freaking helicopter. I don't know if you could hear that. It's like right
It's
above
like,
us.
brap.
Oh, it's right there.
What's going on?
It looks
right
like
now?
the news. That looks like the news.
Yeah, maybe there's a fire because it's hot today and we're in a drought. I don't know. We'll check it out later. But I remember when there was that explosion over in San Bruno, I was like blasting music hella loud over here. And then my brother, he calls me and like I see I got like 5 missed calls from him.
Word.
And I'm like, what the hell? So I call him back. He's like, hey, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, why? He's like, I heard there was a plane crash near.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
people-
what they thought it was.
That's
Yeah,
what
people-
they thought it was.
People
yeah.
thought it was a plane crash.
Yeah.
And then I was like, nah. So I go outside. And there's hella people outside looking over that direction. And all you see is like crazy smoke.
yeah.
And you can even see like the top of the fire too. That shit was bad.
Yeah, man.
That PG&E gas
Gas
pipe
leak.
explosion. That was on the news. It was
They
like
came
the
to a
trending
conclusion
topic.
about that too. Like I think they ended up really getting sued for that shit.
I think
too.
so too.
Oh, yeah.
I think so too.
They
Yeah,
lost,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I have a friend. He's an engineer and he works for PG&E. And then they talk about like how their safety parameters are like so strict now.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
you
after
got-
going through something like that.
something like that, you can.
for
There's no coming back from
sure.
that.
Yeah,
I think there was only like 3 casualties though. So
Word.
like
Luckily.
for as big of an area that it affected,
yeah,
it wasn't like a crazy happening, I guess.
If I'm not mistaken, you live kind of towards that way too, right?
I'm up by Highlands. Yeah.
Yeah. So was it a lot? I'm
Down the
sure it was a
street.
lot louder there, right? Yeah.
I was at Westlake.
at the time.
Yeah, I was at the studio when it happened, man. But yeah, everyone said it sounded like a plane crash.
Yeah.
From what I remember, I think like Jerome and like Ton and them were like, yeah, that shit was hella loud.
Yeah, because Jerome's right next to
He's
it.
right
Yeah,
next to that
he's
shit.
right next to it.
I know it
yeah.
got so hot that like it was melting the tires on cars. It was melting
crazy.
like people were running away and it was melting the soles of their feet.
That's crazy.
Just imagine like the houses itself. Some people don't have house insurance and all that.
Right. It's unfortunate, man. It's super
It's like
unfortunate.
you couldn't even predict that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a travesty. Sucks.
That was a while ago now though.
Yeah. It's cool. Like, I think the area itself is back up again, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I haven't seen
Right
it
off of
since.
Sneath.
Yeah.
Like you remember when that badass earthquake happened in Napa?
Mm-mm.
There was like this badass earthquake that happened in Napa, and it was like, I want to say, I might be over exaggerating, but it was strong enough to like fuck up the city. And like,
Oh, dang.
I drove by there not too long ago, and it was still kind of messed up and all that. You know what I mean? So for us to bounce back fairly quickly,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
from a gas explosion, that's pretty
Right.
cool.
Right. That's good.
On the lighter note, of course.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
That shit went down way quick. Our mood. It's because of the freaking
Yeah.
the helicopter. Got me thinking about it. I flashed back real quick.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, is it happening again?
Because like when national tragedies happen, it's like really unexpected, and it just really gets you at that point. Like this is not fucking happening.
Just
right
like
now.
what happened in New York recently, the explosion.
Oh yeah. Did you hear about that?
Mm-mm.
So there was supposedly explosions in New York and New Jersey, and I think the one in New York happened first. I want to say, and so the explosion happened, and by the time the next one happened, they already had an idea who did it.
Whoa.
So they had this guy as a suspect, right? And he happened to be linked to that same bombing, the first one.
So it was bombings. It was bombings.
Word. And in the subways and whatnot. And basically, he ended up in a shootout with the cops like on Monday.
This past Monday?
Is
or
it?
No.
It might have been today. I was reading something on
no
TMZ
idea.
today. So
Crazy.
It might have been.
it might have been like maybe this morning. They just captured
Yeah, it
the
might have
dude.
been this morning.
Whoa.
They captured dude. So he was like wounded. Another cop is wounded.
That's crazy.
It's like, bro, like you can't foresee anything anymore.
Right.
They used a pressure cooker type bomb. So it was like
It looked like a pressure cooker.
It literally looked like a pressure cooker.
People are nuts, man. That's so unfortunate to, you know what I mean? When you hear stuff like that, it's crazy, like the extent people will go to. You know what I mean? Like that shit trips me out, man.
And like you wouldn't be able to tell, like, you know, I see people walking around the way they had it. It was like, imagine like a pot people just cook like soups in and all that, and then you have it in a white plastic bag, a big white plastic bag.
Right.
It just looks like, you know, you might be going to someone's house real quick.
Right,
You know what I mean? And then you put that down and boom.
Yeah.
There's your bomb.
I mean, that hella sucks, but you can't be scared to like live out
Live
your
your
life
life.
For
and
sure.
go out.
Not at all.
Like, I know.
Because then they're winning, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I know for me, I'm hella protective, especially if I go out like late at night. So I'll wear my like, if I'm going with my girl, I'll wear my steel toe boots, just because I know I could kick really hard. So I know if like someone steps to me, I'll just hit them right in the ribs
with the steel toes.
With the steel toe, and you're gonna be fucked up, but you're not gonna like die. You know what I mean?
Made you suffer.
Like, if I get really pissed, I might throw a head kick, but yeah. I feel like that's just like, if you're going to a weird area like that, you gotta know how to defend yourself, and you gotta like look out for shit. But you can't be too scared to go out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Worst case scenario, headbutt him.
Oh, I can't fucking headbutt.
I'll pull that one out real fast. That might be my first go-to.
All right, on that note, we gotta get out of here.
Word.
You got anything to plug?
I'm gonna plug Westlake School for the Performing Arts. If you got people that want to dance around Daly City, I'm teaching like all ages and skill levels over there. Shout out to Kinjaz and company, and shout out to y'all for having me through. So.
Right on. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming through.
This was really fun. I hope maybe in the future we'll be back.
Yo,
we'll catch up again.
Hell yeah. Have a good time.
Yeah, man. Maybe I'll take a class. I'll take another class so I can learn my body again.
For sure.
But yeah, so anything else, Bong?
Nah, man, that's about it. Hey, everyone, I want you to still rate and subscribe, you know, tell a friend, you know, word of mouth is always good too. We want to cater to you guys, and, you know, we're going to bring some more guests in the future, but, you know, me and Pmac going to take care of it every now and then as well.
Right on. We want to thank Pat Cruz. We want to thank Free Bread INTL. Go to freebreadintl.com and you get all your latest news on music, on fashion, on culture, on streetwear. Everything is lit. We'll be back again next Tuesday. We come back every Tuesday. Not sure if we have a guest yet, but we're going to try. See you later. Peace.